Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans, our YouTube special. You may notice that the overlays all have the wrong names, except for me, of course, and that's fine because they're about to change while Ryan takes over because Ryan's going to be the dungeon master for today.
Wahahaha. The real reason the nameplates are changed is evil hobgoblins switched all your cams.
No, hobgoblins.
I killed
But I'm a
some
little
yesterday.
surprised. I thought we usually started off with a La Sombra quote.
Well, that's
Or
once we
not
get into
today. I
game,
think
man.
it's okay.
Uh,
You're the DM. You gotta kick it off and do all the pre-game introductions and everything.
Oh, the
Yeah, or
prelim
else you'll be failing all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Seppuku will be
Fine,
your
Huff.
only way out.
you have
Consider
failed
them.
this city.
Why don't we introduce people then,
Sure.
and then we'll jump into
Why don't I start
character.
since I'm the newest character here? I
Oh,
am
I was saying who like not player or not characters, people.
well. Then I'll just let
Hi,
you.
Neil.
Why don't you do everything then, Ryan? Yeah, you'll just take the lead.
Fine, screw it. We're going straight into playing. I'm Ryan Hobgoblin. We got Rob, Tim, Simon. I don't know where everyone is. Follow them on things. Everyone knows Neil.
Absolutely.
So
Everyone?
This adventure starts as most do in Shenanigans, the tavern. I guess now let's go around the characters and figure out where everyone is or what everyone is. I haven't played with Tim and Chip before. Tim and Simon.
I need my
What?
sheet.
Oh, right. I am
I
sending
don't need
that
your
to you on the
character
Skype.
sheet. Okay.
So why don't we all introduce our characters? Why don't we start with Lasombra? I mean Jill.
All right, so Jill is totally typical human woman who is not a male elf in disguise on the run from his evil brother Steve and the demonic cult, and definitely not La Sombra, because La Sombra is truly an epic hero that anybody would happily be. So yeah, that's and my loot is a flamethrower. I think that's all you need to know.
Your
We'll
loot is a
talk about that
flamethrower.
Flamethrower later. Sure. So it's a quiet night at Shenanigans.
Wait, no one else gets an
utterly
introduction?
I was going to transition.
Are there
so
other
I
people?
think yes, there are other people. So Jill is currently playing all by herself. Her band, I don't know, maybe you know where your band is, but they're apparently not here this session. So you are serenading the audience of Shenanigans of three. It's utterly deserted, save for the other three party members.
Okay.
Why don't we jump to Neil, because I think he's the most conspicuous of the group, who just because he's done something in his mouth. So I can describe you in character if you'd like, Neil, but it may be a little.
I'll describe Neil's character.
Yeah.
Chili.
No, that's okay. I can describe
Neil's
myself.
character is a small hamster operating a dwarf suit.
You're very close. I am covered in fur. I am a 7 foot tall, 350-pound minotaur covered with red, bristly fur, two horns tipped in silver. One of them, his right horn, is a little bit different color. It's like a little whiter than the other one. Looks like there's something wrong with it. I'm middle-aged for minotaur, which means like 34 years old, with large, bulging muscles and a loincloth and a bandolier across his shoulders, from one shoulder to the other, that has a series of darts tucked into it with a large scroll case attached to the bottom. And a water skin as well.
Tries to expand his audience into several new fetishes.
Hey now. But I seem to walk around. I hold myself with an air of superiority, as most minotaurs do, but this is almost a little bit more refined. His snout is a little held in the air. He's not just
sitting all by himself in the corner, and maybe in the center. You may be part of the reason why the bar is almost entirely deserted tonight.
maybe.
Have Tim and Simon, have your characters met together
No,
In-game?
I haven't played with. I'm not sure actually. I haven't played with Tim like a super long while actually.
All right.
I haven't met his character yet.
Well, why don't you start by introducing yourself then, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess your reaction to seeing a Minotaur in Shenanigans?
Sure. Yeah. My name is Alejandro. I am a human. I'm a professional wrestler and yoga instructor. Um, and if you, I'm pretty handsome. I would say if you picture a black-haired young Fabio, you're pretty much on the money. And what's distinctive about me? Yeah, I use I have this I have this very the armored gloves that I fight with that have if you look closely they have little they have one fist is covered in like smiley faces and one is covered in frowny faces, pretty much.
All right. Are you sitting by yourself or with Tim's character, who is a?
I'm a dwarf. I've played this before, and I forgot my character name, so I just made a new one.
It doesn't matter, I guess.
Okay.
You haven't met everyone here. They don't know you.
Okay,
You can tell them whatever you want.
My new ID is Leo Koss Stoneheart. Okay, I guess I have to do the. Okay, so
Cost
What's-
COST or CAST or CAUST?
KAS. It's like Koss.
Are you
like
introducing
Koss.
yourself to the Minotaur right now? Is that what's happening?
Koss.
Why don't you describe what they see when you first walk in, or maybe you're
okay.
already here sitting down.
I have a very traditional dwarvish beard because the new style of dwarvish beard I feel is too radical for this current time. So I'm just kicking it old school, vintage, if you will, but not hipster. I don't like it when people call my dwarvish beard hipster. It's just paying respect to those who paved the way in beard braiding. All right, so don't
you
ask
armed
me.
in-
And you were the first. You were one of the first, right? You had
No, I mean it's a long ancient tradition that
Mm.
has spanned many dwarven millennia, and now this whole new trim beard, dyeing beards, no beards. You know, God,
half
forbid,
beards.
half
Sorry.
beards now.
How old is your?
My
or
dwarf
is your
is like 30 dwarf years.
So
so-
middle-aged dwarf. So and you've never cut your beard in all of your life.
No.
So I imagine. I mean, it's probably dragging on the floor, basically.
Yeah.
Are you armored or armed in any distinctive way? Are you clad in metal or carrying a giant hammer? Any fightery tricks that I need to be aware of?
Yeah, let's look at these weapons. All right, I got a battle axe that just kind of like sits on my back. You know how in Final Fantasy VII you don't really know how that sword actually sits on his back? It's just like it's like glued. So I have a battle axe glued on my back.
Like the full buster, you mean?
Yeah, and then I have two battle axe. Oh, wait, the two battle axes. Okay, then another one that just makes an X across that one.
So you dual wield battle axes.
Yeah. Well, then there's also a hand axe.
Okay, or you have extra battle. Okay.
Yeah.
That was just
hand
a-
axe-
All right, we'll see when you get into combat.
Yeah. All right, and then there's a hand axe
You
that's just
ask
like
people questions.
on
Mhm.
my chest. That's like a logo. So if I want to grab
Okay.
the axe, I just grab it from my chest.
All right. Do we get a La Sombra joke from the stage? Or have you not?
All right. So then Lasombra says, "Hey, look, I gave you an extra share of the loot. I got you the ointment. I got you the cushion, but I don't think you can blame me when that's how any reasonable person would have interpreted the warning that the treasury was guarded by a bone golem."
You get a chuckle from the Minotaur, but otherwise, Shenanigans is deserted tonight. There's a stranger behind the bar who, at first glance, looked like it might have been Desmond, but no, he's about 6 inches shorter and not nearly as well muscled. If you've ordered a drink tonight, You will have found him a bland and uninteresting man by the name of Hank, who apparently is Desmond's cousin, and not a very charismatic fellow. Between him and the Minotaur, none of the locals have stuck around tonight. They went home, went to bed, or went on to better parties. For one reason or another, the four of you are the only ones still mingling in Shenanigans. So are you interacting, introducing yourselves, sitting there drinking craft beer through your beard all by yourself?
I bellow for
Judging
Hank
the rest of the...
to bring me another propane special.
You'll have to remind me again what goes in that. It was half the bottle of vodka and added to a glass of milk.
No, added to a flask of oil.
And
Serving him
Yes,
milk is
yes,
insulting
sir.
to his people.
So he brings you a whatever flaming cask of liquid you desired.
I just light a match, like.
Who are you, little one? How dare you mess with Harry Hoofdini's beer?
I'm. Let's see. I am Alejandro Carlo, son of Matteo Carlo.
I am Lord Harry Hoofdini the Milk Bringer, steer of utter bullshit.
Hey, we've got no beef with you.
Harry, I think you've been introducing yourself like that to every person you've met who's come through Shenanigans over the course of the evening, and they've all found a way to exit within about 15 seconds. For some reason, this time Alejandro sticks around.
We'll see.
This bull funny. Alejandro.
Jill, do you pick up another? You've probably been paid by Desmond to be the entertainment while he's out of town. So I imagine you're making gold to sit on the stage and shred your loot. But it's pretty clear that no one gives a shit on this.
Yeah.
So are you joining
with
the party?
with the songs that I'm singing and the stories that I'm telling about La Sombra, I've decided I'm not getting the publicity that I want. So I'm adding, in addition to the main character, La Sombra, Prince of Thieves, he's going to have a nemesis, Melinda of Thieves, and there'll be like a whole will they or won't they vibe that's going to bring in the audience.
So I'm imagining Jill has set the loot down and has just been monologuing these thoughts, these stories, but no one seems to be listening.
Yeah, so I'm just going to have a drink.
Maybe the dwarf. Have you been off are you with the party, or was I incorrect in characterizing you in the corner sipping on your craft beer and quietly judging?
Sit in the corner drinking craft beer or whatever is cool in this.
This is Shenanigans. All they got is the swill that they grow down the road, right? Or can they import the finest drinks from all the lands?
Yeah,
I mean, Desmond's pretty cool.
I want the fantasy equivalent of
Desmond's been away, and Hank's been in charge of their purchases for the last week or whatever it's been.
And we all know Hank's a buzzkill, right? Just like this.
All right. So the scene is set. You're all mingling and chatting amongst yourselves. When you hear a loud snap from outside or down the street, maybe like if you've ever been in like a lightning storm or something, it sounded like a crack of thunder or something in the distance.
Yes, you hear like just a very sick guitar, so like do 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 do. Right? No.
Are you playing your lute in response to the strange sound? It interrupted your flow of conversation.
No, I just came to just sit down since you said nobody's really paying attention.
So there's no guitars. It's a really awkwardly silent bar. Like there's no music playing, just the sound of the four of your voices and the sound of Hank staring. He's just behind the bar. He's been cleaning the same glass for about 15 minutes and he's staring wistfully.
His staring is like, you can hear it. Like it's so intense, you can hear it.
Harry stands up and starts making for the outside.
Oh, he froze.
Oh.
So So the Minotaur stands up.
Goes
and
outside.
looks away from the door. Neil, can you remind me what you're wearing? Is what's on your character sheet correct?
Yes, I am
you
wearing pretty much
updated?
just a
I like that
loincloth.
And you are ripped.
I am ripped.
So basically, he's virtually naked. I'm imagining a professional bodybuilder, like the professional head, like Arnold Schwarzenegger with a cow head.
Yeah, but covered in red
Very-
fur.
Like covered in red fur, but just like 300 pounds of muscle. Well, no, like 250 pounds of muscle and then a 100-pound head.
Yeah, something like that.
Furry.
Yeah, pretty much. And he starts walking towards the door, I guess, and steps outside. Does anyone else follow?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Sure.
Sure, why not? I was going to propose we all just continue to sit here and keep drinking and then see what Ryan would do. But yeah, why not?
This part sucks.
You're welcome to. So you step outside. It's twilight. It's just getting on evening time. The street is surprisingly deserted, but nothing totally out of the ordinary.
All right, that was a great excuse.
This is
to
the
leave
whole
now.
party.
You know any places that don't suck like that last place we were just in?
What are you talking about? Shenanigans is everyone's favorite bar.
I look down on the dwarf and say, "Don't have a cow. That bar was wonderful."
Hank, #1 bartender in all of Sausageville.
Sausage East Westerland, right?
Yes.
Which is the official name, isn't it, DM?
Yeah.
The DM gets to determine those kind of things.
Yeah. You may want to ask the town crier or the mayor or something like that, what the name of this town is. So you guys are standing on the stoop of Shenanigans, looking. I mean, what are you doing?
Well, we're looking for the snap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're standing outside. It's a quiet night on a empty.
We're
street.
apparently very interested in thunder and lightning.
Yeah, there's no continued noise. I mean, you step outside. It's evening time. You can see the sun setting in the west, lighting up the sky, or at least you think it's. Yeah. You don't see anyone out and about, but that's not totally uncommon. It's getting towards dark.
Yeah,
I would like to make a perception check to see if I
Please-
spot anything.
Please do, Harry Houdini. Do you have any refined senses?
Natural 1.
Okay. Natural 1. I was going to ask if you've got I don't think bulls have a particularly refined sense of smell or anything like that.
I have keen taste.
Keen taste. So you start licking the side of the building and maybe the dirt.
Everything tastes fine. It does not taste like lightning.
Would anyone else in the party like to lick?
Harry, that
Is it
was utterly ridiculous. My character is pretty bad for perception. I'm not
Neil,
sure.
are you DJing?
Oh,
We get,
well, you said it's empty. What sound? What is the sound of silence, Ryan?
it's not silent. I mean, it's a
Smile,
city
friend.
or it's a town. So
You said
there's,
that-
I mean, off in the distance, you can hear carts moving and.
Okay, so I just figured the way you described it, it was pretty desolate.
No, it's not eerie or anything. It's just like
Oh.
a regular night in dead end Sausageville, East Westerton. And you guys are standing on the stoop of Shenanigans because you hear the word pop and that party sucked. I guess staring at each other in silence. This party really needs
Even more boring out here. Let's go somewhere it's not boring.
Who are you, puny human?
I'm Jill. How's
No,
your
it's
entertainment
not.
for the evening? Which apparently I wasn't bringing them in and packing the house here. So my backup singers and band weren't here today. So I apologize for poor performance.
Mm-hmm.
About this time, you hear a shriek from the west, punctuated over the sounds of the city.
Oh, never mind that. People recognize me. They shriek. It's part of being a celebrity.
Are you really the cream of the crop around here when it comes to music?
Surely you've heard of Lutes and Lyres.
I have not.
like gasp.
Well, heck then. As soon as everybody else gets around, then we're just going to have to introduce you to Grindstone.
And give you a quizzical look.
You haven't heard of Grindstone? It's what all the kids are into these days.
Ugh.
All right. So how long do you guys converse? Before you get bored. Like, does this go on for minutes of small talk?
With
Do we hear
Alejandro's
another scream?
perception, that scream might as well have been like singing or something. Like he's like no clue.
That's how it seems. Yeah.
Yeah, it just like it's just someone sang a
So
high
I
note.
mean, so you chat for a few more minutes beyond that. I mean, are you paying attention to your surroundings? Are you on alert, or are you just?
Well, I mean, if like a herd of rhinos charges through, we'll pay attention.
No herd of rhinos.
I look about. Perhaps we should retreat to the inside.
Yeah, as you look about, you see a
Wait,
couple of people running down a side street.
Harry,
First people you've seen in the 3 minutes you've been on the stoop.
Yes, Jillian.
did you notice? There's no rhinos anywhere.
He blinks at you and kind of snorts.
Doesn't that strike you as odd? Something strange is going on.
All right, you hear a couple of blood curdling bellows from, I don't know, it seems to echo off the building, so you can't quite tell.
Sounded like
That most of you might recognize as a sound of a man letting out his bowels, or his last breath, or something along those lines.
His last vowels. Yeah.
It appears there is some bullshit going down over there.
Yeah.
Let us
should- we should-
investigate.
Yeah, we should hoof it.
Absolutely. Harry takes a couple of steps in the direction of the bowling man.
Roll a perception check.
Two.
You're,
worry,
you're
guys.
Getting better.
In another half hour, I'll get this.
Yeah. So you circle around Shenanigans and head around the alley that is adjacent to the building.
Mm-hmm.
Start wandering in a direction. Do the rest of you follow? Or
Sure. I'll even try to see if I can figure out what's going on here. I mean, we saw people running by, right?
yes, if you were looking at that moment.
Were they running towards something or away from something?
You have no idea. They basically crossed the street that you're on. So you saw them run from one side street across the street you're standing on and continued moving away from you.
All right, I'm gonna go down and look down the little alleyway they came from and see if there's anything down there.
Okay. And Simon and Tim.
And I only got a 15 on perception.
Yeah.
Alejandro and what was the dwarf's name?
Leo costs.
Leo Costs.
Yeah.
So I call
Alright.
Leo.
Yeah, Leo's good.
Leo's good.
Who are you following? So you've got the Minotaur walking down the closest
I'm
alley.
following Jill
and-
because I know her the best. Him,
Okay.
her. I'm not sure. There's something there that I'm not sure about.
And Leo.
Down the alleyway?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. Okay, so I can draw a little map, I guess, if we want. Do I have a blank screen?
I can give you a blank screen.
Somewhere I can doodle. Minotaur first, because he just turns the corner. Roll a quick perception check.
This should be a blank screen for you.
Yeah.
D20 plus 16. Getting closer. Thanks for helping me with that, Rob. You know, I think you took the place of my 3.
Wow,
Okay.
glorious! I love it.
I think you
Okay.
missed your colleague.
Yeah, so Neil, you... Oop. And there's a few buildings south. Oh, my drawing's gorgeous. Let me zoom out so I can actually draw more. Neil, you head around. So north is up. You head around the alley just north of Shenanigans. Okay. Roll 20.
Gentlemen, there is nothing going on here. There is no cause for alarm.
You can't. There's no one following you. Hold on a sec. Let me find something to doodle.
I'm 7 feet tall. I can, jump and look over a building to see my...
The building is tall. So, Neil, you've sort of circled down that alley.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the party went down the street. So you're currently in an alley by yourself. Like, you turn to, like, shout, like, there's nothing here! I'm in an alley by myself.
Oh.
Rest of the group, you head down the street. You circle around the corner of a few buildings over and see a few people running towards you, maybe 300 yards down the road.
Dear God, friends, look at the buildings all around us. It's been transformed into some sort of nightmarish hellscape.
Not
no
exactly.
90-degree angles to be seen.
Oh. Why can't...
I think that's just
Like a twisted version of reality.
More or
What is
less.
life?
Okay. Do you stand there? Do you walk towards the running people who are running towards
Sure, we'll walk
you?
towards
Do
the
you
running people.
Look around.
Maybe they know how we got transformed to this reality.
Considering they're local peasants, probably not.
You never know.
All right. So Neil, you step out of the alley on the other side of the building. You're on another street. You're looking around. And you are not surprised as a couple of medium-sized humanoid creatures come running down the street and engage with you in combat.
Oh my.
So we're rolling initiative because no one was surprised.
Oh dear.
Actually, they are surprised.
There's a cow here!
Yes, indeed. So you're standing there. You step out of the alley, and you basically get run into.
That should be a 13 because I am
you
size
think is a
large.
man, but then you realize it's like 6.5 feet tall and smells way funnier, or maybe tastes way funnier. You're a minotaur. So do you strike at it? Do you inspect it further? You're sort of taken by surprise as. Or no,
You
it's taken by
strange
surprise.
people, what are you doing? What is the commotion? Why have the drinks stopped flowing?
Okay. The rest of the party sort of rounds out the bottom of the block at this point, so you can look up and you can see the Minotaur 100 yards up the street, and communicating with two large, burly men in furs. Neil, you look down and you see this creature looking up at you with, it's got an orange face, and the region around its nose is brushed with red and blue hues. Think like a baboon's ass, like red and blue.
Okay.
You're like babbling at it, and it grunts, and the two of them like descend upon you with axes, and you just like throw them off.
20 is a hit
they're-
though. Oh, that's not an attack roll.
You didn't make an attack.
That's
You
no,
just-
those are my.
you're
Sorry,
unarmed, just talking to them.
it said DM GM, and I thought that was your roll. But why would you roll?
Okay.
And it's in blue.
I'm going to continue to roll initiative. If any of the party wants to make any actions, they can feel
All
free to get
right.
in.
So we notice this down the road there.
Yeah. So you're looking. The street you're walking down has some people running. Now we're just gonna have a bunch of arrows of different color.
Like, dear God, look down there. Someone's trying to take the short ribs off our new friend. Let's roll.
That's a huge mistake.
8 for my initiative, sir.
Anyone else acting this round?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna run down there. I'm running down there.
Gonna dual punch these
yeah,
guys.
I'll go.
Well, they were 100 yards away,
Yeah.
so I'm just running.
Okay, well, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
So Alejandro, you're the quickest to react.
Mm-hmm.
What are these +2s? Do you wheel? Oh, you punt. Yeah, you're.
I
Yeah.
Sure. But I guess I'm too far away, right?
I just figured
Yeah,
we're running this round.
What do you mean? So about 100 yards up the street. So I don't know what that is, like 80 meters up the street is the Minotaur.
Mhm.
I engaged in some awkward physical confrontation with.
Okay.
These
I
large
guess I
men.
just book it.
Down the
as-
street, there's a crowd of maybe a dozen like women and children rushing towards you. A little farther, so like 200
Okay.
meters.
Is there anything like in my vicinity I can pick up and throw at them? Like I guess a rock or something like this.
Sure, there's a rock in the street.
I just we can just chuck it, I suppose.
At
That-
what? At
At the if I can see the can I see the I can see the guys attacking Harry, right?
yeah. So to throw a rock, you're gonna have to close within like 30 yards. If you don't mind penalties, I think like 10 if you actually want to get a regular roll to hit. So you run towards the Minotaur. As you get closer, you make the same realization that I imagine Harry is making, is that these are not men, but some
Yeah.
sort of some beast.
Okay.
They
Some
look
of
like men.
hobnailed goblins or something.
They look more like men than goblins, except for their orange skin and long pointed ears.
Well, that's like I
Switch
mean,
down snouts,
so
and the fact that
I'm
they're
quite
grunting
close
at
in
you
as
in a
much as I
language you don't
can.
understand. But
How
yeah,
much
make it a
can
tough.
I-
Other than that, identical to humans.
So you can get as close as you want and throw
Oh.
a rock. How close do you get?
Okay, so but I could actually just run and attack as well, like I do normally.
Yes.
Okay,
There,
but
yes.
all right, just ignore
They're
the
only
rock.
100. Yeah, unless you're encumbered, they're only 100 yards down the road.
Oh, Okay,
So you can
I
break
will
into a
and
run.
I will punch the living shit out of one of them then instead.
You can take +3 to hit for surprise back attack.
Okay. Let's see.
They
I
were
have
preoccupied with the Minotaur.
So that's how much
just-
did you say?
Just
Plus-
roll a d20. I can add whatever bonuses you do.
I have,
Well,
I have a
what
plus.
is your
I have +2 normally.
strength and specialization?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so make it +5.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So that is a critical roll for double
That's-
roll for 3 times damage dice.
3 times.
So
So
3d4. You've got mace or mailed fists.
yes, 3d4 plus 5 even. So
No, what's your strength?
18.
Shit. 18 dash what?
18-10.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yes. I suffer.
Roll for damage. 3d4 plus. Yeah, you like punch your mailed fist into the back of this goblin's little tin helmet.
Mhm.
You like do like a leaping punch, and you just like dent the helmet into his skull, and he collapses at the.
I thought these were humans.
Humanoids, I guess.
Humanoid. What do you mean? It's 6.5 foot tall. You're a minotaur. They all look like
You
human.
just said they were goblins.
Why don't you inspect it when your turn comes around? I think that
Can
unless
I
you're dual wielding, I think that
can I make another offhand attack at the other one? How does
Tim's
that?
next.
Where's the? Is that too much for one turn?
You can do if you're dual wielding. Did your attack include a -2 to hit, or are you some ambidextrous bullshit that I don't know about?
I think
Isn't
he's-
it-
Basically, did Neil min-max your character for you, or did you make it yourself?
Isn't it normal to with the first one, and there's a -2 to the other offhand?
Not unless you have made your character in such a way, in which
He's
case
got-
you would have had.
two weapon fighting style, so it should be
So
no
my-
penalty
so
with
my-
the first attack,
So
-2
yes,
penalty
you can
with
make
the second.
you can make another roll to hit at -2 at the other goblin, who is not surprised at this point.
Okay.
It's a commotion you just made, bashing his friend's head in.
So that's just a normal D20 then.
He turns to face you. Yeah, normal d20 plus.
I whiff it, I suppose. The momentum was too big.
And I
so
assume you
kinda
don't get attacks of opportunity against you. You've done something about that, or is he a brawler, pummeler? Is he martial arts proficiency, or
Yeah, I think we went the martial arts. I don't remember exactly how we did it, but we did it so he wouldn't provoke
Yeah.
AOs.
like an unarmed combat style and 2-weapon fighting style.
all right? Leo, dwarf. 100 yards down the road, there's some commotion with these goblinoids and your new friends. And then there are the innocents running and shrieking down the street towards you. Actually, I should roll for their initiative. Yeah, they're still a couple hundred yards off.
Can I ask an innocent? Can I like grab an innocent? And then...
They're 200 yards down the road.
Okay.
So you can shout at them, I guess, as they're running towards you. You can run to greet them. You can delay.
I want to shout like, what is happening?
Ah, run for your lives! You can hop in later in the initiative order if you feel like, but
okay, I'll do that. That was useless.
I mean, you can move, or Rob, you can go. I think you're next. Oh no, you rolled it. Where's Neil's initiative? Neil? What was your?
I rolled
initiative?
an 8.
You're plus 1 initiative. What are you doing? You
I'm
go
casting
next,
a spell.
unless Tim is gonna act. Okay.
So
your spell goes off. You need to declare spells at the beginning of round because they can be interrupted. But go ahead and cast.
Yeah, well, no one had. Yeah. I cast Wall of Fog, and I would like to cast it behind these creatures, so that if they were to turn around and try and flee from me, they would have to run through the Wall of Fog. This is like an
What's
attempt
the
to
area that this affects?
3 10 by 10 cubes, or 10 by 10 by 10 cubes. So I want to just close off that entire street with just like a big carpet of fog.
Well, 3 10 by 10 by 10. It shuts.
Seriously? Did you take like plant control too?
I'm a wizard.
All right, so most of the street fills.
I'm
with
just
fog.
saying, as long as you're taking the useless spells.
There's
His
a
name
small
is
little-
Houdini. So
Wall of Fog is not useless. Now they can't retreat. Now they're scared to retreat. Now there's fog in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
like,
walk through
cast
fog.
some grease down there too, just to really make it intimidating.
And Jill moves. Jill acts.
All right, I'm going to, I guess, do the whole run towards the danger thing and run towards whatever everyone is running away from.
Okay, so you run down the street to the west.
Yeah, since Houdini seems to have it all get wrapped up with a wall of fog.
Yeah, there's one other goblinoid surrounded in fog, about to get his shit kicked in by your friends. So you run towards the fleeing people. Do you run past them? Do you stop them?
I'm going to run past them to whatever they're running from.
Yeah. You run past them, you pass a few buildings, you go like 100 yards down the road, and you can see out the edge of town to the west. And you can see a couple more of these creatures like doing battle with a few town guard off in the hills.
Off in the hills? They're running from like something like a mile away here? Or what's going on?
The town is surrounded by countryside and farms. Is there a wall around?
No, I mean, like, how far away is all this?
Sausageville, Neil?
Nope.
No, but you round the corner. You like cross the street, go past some buildings, so you get a view out of town.
It's like, why can't the
Or the
danger be
outskirts of
closer? And
town.
I'll run
I mean,
towards.
it's rolling hills and farms and more houses, but it's not the city center.
All right, so I'll run towards the fighting.
Yeah, that's probably still another couple hundred yards off.
All right.
Maybe be a round or two before you get there. Do you shout back like, "Hey guys, there's more"? Or just
No, I don't really think it's a big deal. I mean, how many are we talking about here?
You can see it looks like maybe 3 of the hobgoblins and 2 men.
Oh yeah, it's no big deal.
Actually, yeah, and there you can, yeah. So just a couple guys.
All right,
Tim,
so
are
I'll
you
run
doing
towards
anything
them.
round or?
Sorry, I thought I rolled the initiative.
Okay, yeah. So eventually the people run to you, and like it's a
yeah,
group of like 6 like women and children, and the women have like picked up the smallest of the children, and they're just like booking it down the street.
Okay, so like they're near me, so I could grab one.
Sure, you could.
Okay, I
Grab
want
a
to like
woman or a
interrogate.
child, and
I want to interrogate an innocent. And just, like,
yeah, you put your hand out. You say, "Wait, what's going on?" Or
right.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
A startled woman looks and says, "Hobgoblins in the hills! Run for your life!"
Did they just show up out of nowhere? Did you guys do anything to piss them off?
I don't know. We were in the farmhouse, and we heard them in the field doing something horrible to the cows.
All right. Cool. Thanks. Keep running.
unspeakable things to the cows.
All right. And yeah, go. go. That this person
Yeah.
can leave. And
So
I'm
she,
gonna
I mean, she like direct. She points like to where. I mean, when she said we were in the farmhouse, she like gestures vaguely in the west.
okay.
By
so
now, the sun has set and the sky is a like brilliant pink.
I'm gonna go meet up with the party and try to
Lighting up the
murder
clouds.
a goblin.
So Jill is booking it down the street like,
Mhm.
to the west. The rest of your party is like, I don't know, like, I guess it's just two other. It's the Minotaur and the man
So
and
on
Alejandro
this map, north is up, right?
hanging out in the fog. Yeah. North is up. West
Okay.
out of town is to the left.
Right. So that means like Harry's right here where the half, well, where the hourglass
Yeah, Harry
is.
and Alejandro are there.
Okay. And the creatures we're fighting are to the north or to the south?
One is laying at your feet with its skull caved in, skull and helm caved in. There's another. Let's roll initiative again, I guess. I mean, we're not in the heat of combat, but might as well just figure out who's going next.
But
So
okay, so there's one at my feet and that's it. I don't see any others.
There's a live one, wriggling at you.
Okay.
He's got a battle axe in his hands.
No, sorry, that should be not an 8. That should be an 11. I keep forgetting that I'm size large.
so what would I do if I want to break this guy's legs?
You can make
Like,
a called shot against his legs at -4. Punching through someone's femur, though, is evil. It's a difficult feat.
but if I but let's say I want I'll
Really?
restrain him and I'll try to restrain him instead, like wrestle him down to the ground. I have a wrestling.
I'm not seeing initiative rolls from the whole party. I guess Rob doesn't need one this round because he's closing.
What do
Next
you want
round
for like a
often.
wrestling? How much you say?
3 is your size.
It's an 11. Okay.
All right. So Leo, the dwarf, I think is first. From what I'm seeing. Do you run after Jill or do you jump into the foggy clusterfuck?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll run after Jill.
Okay. So you are you encumbered? Are either of you encumbered? Jill's fucking fast, I think, right?
Yep.
Do you have any ranged weapons?
No.
Jill.
Oh wait, I have 2.
I do, but I'm just trying to run up to within spell range.
So So Leo, you go running after Jill. She's like a good. You can't. I mean, you're not closing the distance. She's moving faster, but you follow her west out of town towards the commotion.
She's moving impossibly fast.
Mm-hmm. Speed of 15.
Mm-hmm.
Next is
Faster than a warhorse.
Neil, Minotaur.
All right.
There's one hobgoblin staring up at you.
I crouch low and bash him with my head, goring him or trying to headbutt him.
Yep. Roll to hit.
Okay.
When you mess with the ball, you know.
16.
That will do it.
Okay, and my horn damage is
Probably pretty ridiculous.
How do you get +3 with your horn? Is that all from strength?
yeah. I do 12 damage as I gore him with my horns.
Yeah. You just utterly impale him. Do you use both of your horn? I guess you have to use both your horns.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is prosthetic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really just like elephant ivory that's been carved to look like a horn.
Yeah. So you like gore the hobgoblin and it like suspended in air for a second or two. And I guess you probably throw it back in the street.
Shake him off.
You and Alejandro stand in the fog with these two dead beasts at your feet.
I'm looking at him pretty impressed, like just good.
Okay.
Just grunting at each other pretty much. Dead. Good.
All right. At the end of that round, Jill, you close with 2 hobgoblins engaged in melee combat with these 2 town's guard militiamen. They don't look like they're uniformed, but they've got leather armor and swords and dinky.
All right, so after all
they
this,
beat on each other, but like no one strikes any important blows. Rolling initiative again, unless anyone has any. I don't think anything else can happen. I guess Alejandro and
I don't see any other hobgoblins around me, though, do I?
no, you see nothing but fog.
I will not roll initiative then. I'm just going to hang out and look around.
All right.
I just grant others.
Where?
More. I
is
just
that
look around.
fog blocking your view of them?
Search.
I didn't
right.
want them to move away from me.
I'm just ribbing you.
Come, let us hoof it.
Oh my goodness.
Let's
Initiative
bring the
rolls for
beef.
anyone who wants a turn.
I
Actually, so Tim, you are going to be close enough this round to affect combat. So if you want to roll initiative, that would be good. Is everyone else end up moving, or do you just wait?
I look
guess
at Jill and say, "Loot player."
Jill is not any. You can't see Jill. You are alone in the fog with Alejandro and 2 dead hobgoblins.
On a magical night of violence.
Yeah, I was like, you want to go to
So
my...
I think everyone rolled shitty on their initiative, or they're far away. So Jill, you have just arrived on the scene. You first watch the town guard sort of clang their short swords uselessly against the hobgoblin's metal armor. One of which, I mean, they clatter back. One of the militiamen goes down beneath a broadsword. So now
Okay.
you also notice the body of a hobgoblin lying slumped in the dirt nearby.
All right.
Party goes next. I'm not sure exactly which order you guys are in. So Jill, you've closed. I think Jill goes before
Okay.
Joe.
So after all this running, I'm gonna go. Like guards. Oh, sleep. And I just
guard
cast
you were-
sleep really quick.
Okay.
Just cast
The guard
sleep.
you were addressing falls and coughs up some blood as you arrive on the scene. Roll your hit die of creatures.
Was it 2d4
Mm-hmm. I think. I have no idea. 4.
or hit die?
That would be perfect if it actually is 2d4. Are you sure about that?
I'm
I just
pretty
wanna
sure. I thought I used to think it was more than that, but people told me it was 2d4.
Sounds reasonable.
Let me double check really quick.
No, it's 5d8.
Sleep. No. 2d4. Okay. I was just checking to make sure that the dwarf doesn't go down as well. So all 3 hobgoblins and the remaining conscious town guard immediately collapse into the grass.
Including the guard?
We're effectively out of combat. Well, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Hate when that
So
happens.
we can act out of initiative order if you guys like.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, I just start...
So feel free to talk amongst yourselves, reconvene, describe what you do.
All right. So
And the tense music.
I run up. I'll first wake up the remaining town guard.
Yeah. He wakes up. He is.
Like, do you know
unarmed.
first aid? Because it looks like your friend needs it, and I don't really do that.
Oh God, Henry. He seems to know what to do, and he
Okay.
leaps on the guy and shoves his intestines back in his belly and starts.
No, I'll wash those off
wrapping it
first.
back in there. It looks the wounded guard is alive and.
All right, and I'll tie up the
Sounds
hobgoblins
bad,
while he's doing that.
Do you have rope?
Of course, I have 50 feet of silk rope. I have a pound of soap. I have a pen and quill. I've got anything and everything.
Yeah. The dwarf arrives on the scene about this time. You come walking up to the aftermath. Rest of the party, or do you eventually make your way over to reunite with the group, or do you?
I think
have other matters to
Harry has been intrigued by Alejandro's yoga pose.
Alejandro is striking a yoga pose in the fog.
Yeah, just teaching him the magic of yoga,
Okay.
the way of
You're very flexible. Do you not pull your hamstrings like that?
just years of practice. Goes in the family, long generations.
Mm-hmm.
You spellcaster?
Yes, I am a wizard.
Interesting.
A magician.
But your greatest magic is with your horns.
How do you know about my horn?
I see you. Is your horn magical?
You can tell it's different? Oh God.
Is it different? Like, is it like
No,
obvious?
no, my horns are totally natural.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Alejandro will
you,
believe
you guys are having a
Pretty
weird
stupid.
moment alone in the fog. How many rounds does that shit last?
That's how it takes, I guess.
How long does it take to set the mood?
2d4 plus 1 round for the fog, which I never did roll.
Oh, good.
When the fog lifts, Hoofdini.
Oh, maximum amount. Yes.
He's like,
I have a
You guys have a little quick, like 5-minute yoga session.
Yeah.
apparently.
yoga session.
Jill and Dwarf is Joe. Is that your name? Or is it your something better
Leo.
than Leo?
Dwarf is Leo.
Leo the dwarf. So you tie up the 3 unconscious hobgoblins. The guard eventually starts to drag his friend back towards like the center of the city. The
I go,
sun
wait,
has
now
set.
that we got these hobgoblins under control, what was the danger that all the peasants were running from?
So the sun is set and it's a little darker. You can see some smoke rising from the north, illuminated by flame. And in the west, the sky is painted with like flickering green hues. Imagine like the aurora borealis or something. I mean that doesn't exist in this fantasy world.
The
but-
Northern Lights.
Yeah, the northern lights. So like flickering, luminescing. I don't know stuff going on in the sky.
Stuff is going on.
Stuff. I mean, you guys don't know about like whatever the magnetosphere or whatever that shit is.
what? How do you know I don't know?
You might. You can roll an intelligence check if you ever get out of this fog and take a look.
I mean, I'm not enveloped within the fog. The fog was like behind the folk.
Oh.
It obscures your. I mean, it's
We
like
have entered the
it
fog.
covers the entire street that you're in, basically.
We have
There's
entered
a
the fog
few
by
feet that up against the buildings that isn't covered in fog, but you're surrounded by fog unless you've moved. Do you do anything with the hobgoblin bodies?
No, I actually leave them directly in the.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what happened? I leave them
Oh,
in
I
the
guess all of
streets.
the hobgoblin bodies. Yeah, I meant to Jill.
Oh, well, once I have them tied up, I'm like, I go to the guards, like, so what's the danger everybody was running from?
Oh, you had meant to ask. Did you ask him that before or after he? Said,
Yeah, well, as he started like dragging people away.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw everybody running. What were they running from?
Hobgoblins.
There's something behind the hobgoblins?
I don't think so. I've only seen these 3 plus another couple running into town.
The hobgoblins were running from the danger too?
All right. At this point, he's like 10 yards away from you, dragging his friend, like looking up at you. I mean, he answered your questions, but he.
All right, well, I'll turn to
So
Leo.
it's at this point,
Something
it's starting to be
scared these
shouting.
hobgoblins so badly that they ran into town and got mixed up with the guards.
Am I nearby, Jill?
I think you are.
Yes, you were right next to
Okay.
Jill
Yeah.
and these
Okay,
guards
so
and
I
the
will-
tied up
I will
hobgoblins.
tell Jill that one villager that I interrogated told me. So this doesn't add up because someone told me that the hobgoblins were doing some vile things to the cows. So was it in?
Biles thinks the cows.
This is these
Oh my
are-
God, Houdini!
So was there something that scared them in the middle of the act, or did they realize how terrible what they were, the terrible thing they were doing, and just decided to run into town, flopping?
Hey,
flopping
I'm not about to judge the choices of either cows or hobgoblins. All right?
Mhm. But
So
can
it
cow
must-
give consent?
What level? So you're level 1 as a mage.
And that's how we got minotaurs.
If you have speak with animals, they can.
Okay, so around this time, the hobgoblins start to wake up. The fog lifts. You are alone in the street with Alejandro in a compromised position. For the record, Neil's character has been wearing nothing but a loincloth this entire time.
You've probably had a great view from underneath.
I might have missed it with 4 perception. Like it's in my face. I'm like, what?
What do you guys do once the mood is broken by the clouds lifting?
If I don't see hobgoblins, I'll just slowly walk back
See no
towards.
hobgoblins. You taste smoke on the breeze.
It's not my concern what happens to the lands of men. Let us head back to what was that wonderful bar called?
Shenanigans.
That place. It is a very open bar. It's very nice not having so many people in there. You can see everything around you.
Quite nice and
Right.
quiet.
All right.
We
On
guess
the
we-
outskirts of town,
Yes, make it back to
The-
the bar.
one of the hobgoblins gives a terrifying shout. Are you an elf, Jill?
I'm dressed as a human.
Okay, you're a
She's a
human.
human woman. That's all anybody knows.
Okay. If I am rolling to see concealed doors, what is your chance that you might see something like that?
That I would see a concealed door.
Not that there's any concealed doors in your immediate vicinity, but I'm trying to.
As an
So you don't
elf.
appear elvish, so that doesn't affect the hobgoblin. But I'm curious.
I think that's
what
a-
passive you need to be aware of. Maybe PM me if you. Okay, whatever.
uh,
He shouts in common. Untie me, weakling! Let
yeah,
us
I'm
fight
not,
this out like men.
no. Well, anyway, so I heard there was like you had something going on with some cows, and then something scared you off. What happened?
Are you
You
speaking
hear
to me?
these shouts over the buildings. Neil, you're not with Jill.
That's what I thought, but no one else responded,
You
so I
and
thought maybe I
Alejandro-
wasn't paying attention.
This is Jill. I mean, you can hear the shouting muffled by the buildings, but this is like going on a couple hundred yards away.
We're making our way back to the bar, unless we like.
yeah.
if
Yeah,
we
it's
see-
just me and
Okay.
Leo.
So you asked what scared him. He goes, "Ruthak, not afraid of nothing."
Then what were you running from?
Running.
Somebody
to-
told me there was danger, and I came out here and I saw you guys. I figured you must have been running from something.
Ruthak is danger.
Okay, I have
What did you do with their weapons? I assume you.
Oh, I tied them up. I took their weapons there. They can't get them. They're tied up.
Okay, so there's a pile of knives and axes and swords.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
So, can you confirm or deny you were having an affair with the cow?
Affair? Cow?
Somebody judgmental.
I will snap your bones and suck out the marrow, puny dwarf. Untie me this instant. And the other two start joining the shouting.
Well, that would be an argument for not untying you.
Not making the best
The
argument.
three hobgoblins start clamoring. It
All right,
becomes
I turn to
incomprehensible.
Jill and I'm going to start whispering a plan to you or her. Right? I was like, look,
Okay.
if
Right, you two start whispering, and the hobgoblins immediately start whispering amongst themselves.
okay, so
I need to be kind of not wanting. I still say this loud. Like they're being uncooperative. So I was thinking I could turn them into
What-
frogs, and then we can take them that way.
look, we just need them to let us know if they had any happenings with the cow because there's something about hobgoblin seed that
Right.
would be very
Okay,
That
cow. and Alejandro make their way back to Shenanigans. It is utterly deserted, save for the bartender.
Utterly deserted.
Otherly,
Utterly deserted.
yep.
It is better now. Here, I will bring us some milk. And I proceed to walk behind the bar as if I own the place and search for some milk.
Hank is standing like awkwardly next to you, so you've got to like physically shove him out of the way as you go through.
I
the
do so.
cabinets.
Let me know if Hank gives me any shit.
Have you worked out a tab with him yet, or have you paid for any of your drinks over the course
No.
of the night?
No.
Okay. You see him jot something down on a piece of paper as you take a jug of milk or something from the cold box.
Yeah, I take out a big jug of milk and bring it back to Alejandro and say, I have brought milk.
Ah, you are indeed the milk bringer.
I am. Have I told you that about myself?
Mm-hmm. It's a great thing. Yes. I guess we clink. Yes. Yeah. Drink that
Okay.
shit.
It is perhaps the finest milk you've ever tasted.
Mm.
I don't know if you've ever had.
Hold on. I'm Harry Houdini, the Hoofdini, the milk bringer. I have brought
What's your
milk to
grub
many.
skill? What's your grub skill?
I haven't rolled it yet. I'm afraid.
Roll your grub skill.
I'm so afraid.
Roll the grub skill.
11.
11. Roll the grub skill check.
That is not a high enough grub skill for the character like this.
Then you should have rolled an 8th stat and rearranged more to better to min max. This is perhaps the finest milk you've ever tasted. In all
Wow.
of your years as a wandering magician. You must know where this milk came from.
I look to Harry or Hank and say, "From where? From which cow does this milk come?"
Came from the fridge, sir.
From which cow does this milk stem?
I don't. He points confusedly to the ice box you just pulled it from. Gives a shrug.
What man knows where this milk comes from?
Probably the guy that milks the cow.
Take me to him.
I can't leave. I'm on duty.
There is no one in the bar. Close the doors. Take me to the milk.
I'm under strict instructions. Desmond told me not to close the bar.
I
for
don't
no-
know who Desmond is, and I don't care who he is. Harry Hoofdini the Milkbringer must know the source of the milk.
Who is the
That jug's the last one.
who is best farmer? Who is the
Okay,
best
so-
farmer?
Well, we
Okay,
happen to know where the best milk in the land can be found.
Yeah, let's transition outside to Jill and Leo and the hobgoblins. Everyone whispering to their friends. The hobgoblins point to Jill occasionally. I assume Jill and Leo point back at the hobgoblins occasionally. What do you ultimately decide to do with them?
All right. Well, I say loudly so they can hear it. So the hobgoblins hear. It's like, look, there's no way I can carry them back. I can either stab them or fireball them or something, and then we can drag them back easier. Or you could like run and get the cart, so we can haul them back and then figure out what to do with them. I don't. Do you think I should just fireball them?
Yeah, but if we can extract the hobgoblin seed from the cows, that would be perfect gel for my traditional beard.
Well,
And
it's
also-
probably easier to extract it from the hobgoblins themselves.
Do you want to do that then?
No.
I don't
Almost
think so.
almost on cue, there's an eerie silence, and the hobgoblins instantly jump to action and start struggling furiously against their bindings.
Okay,
They don't want to get their seat taken.
Anything going on back at the bar, like actions, or are you just hanging out for like?
I try
more
to grab Hank by his lapels and lift him up and say, "Where is this Desmond owner? He must surely know where the milk comes from.
He's out of town, family emergency.
Where can we find him?"
I don't know. You didn't leave a forwarding address.
Surely someone must bring fresh milk daily. What time does the milk arrive?
I don't know. It's just been showing up in the freezer box every morning.
Then you will sit on this box and wait for the man to bring the milk, and then you will wake me from my bed.
Sit on this box.
He sits down on the milk box and waits.
Okay. I proceed to just angrily
His
pace.
head is still just above bar level.
That's fine.
And now if you walk into Shenanigans, you can sort of see him behind the bar. Just
Kind of like a talking head.
yeah.
I will just angrily pace back and forth until something happens.
Okay. Outside, I'm going to require initiative rolls.
I'm drinking.
Actually, no. So Jill, how big are you? You're not armored or armed or anything, right?
No, but I did cast a spell at them, which disabled them all. That ought to
Yeah.
intimidate them a bit.
I'm not. Yeah. Okay. So the hobgoblin leaps at you. So he bursts his ropes, just like brute strength, snaps the ropes. Just one of them. It was not the one you were talking to.
Okay.
Wait, that's not. He grapples you. He doesn't bother to go for the pile of weapons is on the other side of you. So he just leaps at you. He gets his hands around your throat, tackles you to the ground.
All right.
You are right next to this.
Did he hit AC 15?
What are you rolling? AC.
I was rolling my initiative, but
Yeah, that was a surprise. You guys were surprised that he was able to break. I mean, he shouldn't have been able to break the ropes, but he got pretty lucky.
All
The
right.
other two are still flailing against.
But did he hit AC 15 when he tried to grapple me?
Yes, he rolled a.
Oh, okay.
He rolled an 18. Yeah, 18.
That'll do it.
So initiative rolls from the two of you.
All right, so minus 13.
Let's bring back the music.
Can't stop the news.
God, I keep forgetting the dwarf's name.
Leo.
Leo. Are you reacting to this? One of the hobgoblins has broken his bindings and has tackled Jill. Tim,
For attacking?
are you rolling initiative?
Yeah.
Or are you watching? D10 plus
I'll just
whatever. Let's just watch.
Yeah, I'll
All right.
All right.
Oh, geez. Okay, so I can roll on wrestling tables. That could be fun. Let's see what sort of Mexican wrestling moves this.
Because there is no system
They're wrestling
ever
tables.
created. It is as elegant as the second edition hand-to-hand combat rules
Awesome.
of D&D.
It's awesome. He rolled an 18 plus 1 is 19. So I think. So
But is he grappling or
Yeah, he's
overbearing
start,
or?
yeah, I'm trying to find the
He's suplexing you.
table. I think it's going to end up.
So if I remember, you had to decide if you were doing one of three things:
You decided to
grappling,
wrestle-
overbearing, or something else.
128.
Wow.
Which had three different possible things that could then happen.
He is wrestling you. An 8. Is this the natural? No, this is okay. He arm twists. So he rolls you over, shoves your face in the dirt, and twists your arm behind your head into like a half Nelson. You take no damage. That's some bullshit. Okay, no damage, but you're held. Actually, wait. Does wrestling?
It's like continuous damage every. Now
All
when
wrestling moves inflict 1 point of damage plus strength. So you take 2 points of damage.
All right, that's not
And I
good.
think yeah. The other two are shouting and screaming. The one over you whispers,
Arky barky motherfucker.
Anyone that wants to act in initiative order, keep rolling d10s for me.
All right.
Do we
well, I
hear
guess-
this commotion from the inside?
No, you heard it as you were walking into the bar. You ignored it then. It's pretty dampened because you're indoors now. I mean,
All right.
I described what was going. I mean, you tasted smoke. You
I
heard.
mean,
You could hear the
I think
clatter over the
that-
rooftops.
Yeah.
Harry Houdini ignored it, went back and drank some milk.
And I mean,
I believe.
Neil's character is probably like, he's clamping back and forth like, so
Mhm.
probably like, outside like the sound.
Yeah. What's your perception, Neil?
16.
So I mean, and you're smart too. You have pieced together. There are still hobgoblins pillaging the shit out of the town.
I look towards Alejandro.
I'm just sitting there like drinking. I'm like,
You finished your milk. It was like a pint, and Harry like drank most of it in a couple of gulps. It was so fucking good. You couldn't. Usually you'd savor it a little bit, maybe, but it was so good it just went down. And
Come,
it's all-
large man with metal fists. We must go cream these creatures. And then looking at Hank. Do not lift your rear end from the box. I shall be back to check on you.
What if I have to use the restroom? Chamber pot.
You hold it. And
you,
then I turn.
so you have mugs. Just use. No
Okay.
problem. No problem.
Where do you head? Which direction?
I head towards the exit of Shenanigans. There's
You leave Shenanigans. You step outside. Which direction? are you
I perk my ears up and kind of flip them about a little
Roll
bit,
a
and
perception check.
that's what I'm doing.
I follow him outside. It's not like he asked me to. So. Burly man. So another burly man.
23. Finally, a decent perception
All
check.
right. You can. You can hear clatter of steel to the west and to the north. You can taste smoke on the breeze from the north.
So then I head towards the clatter.
Okay. It's sort of from the west, and you can maybe hear a little more from the northwest.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
it's only
I
a
start
couple
heading
hundred yards.
west, and then I'll start going northwest if it.
Yeah, you cut through the alleys and start heading west. Initiative rolls from Rob.
Well, I had my 13.
Okay, was that? Okay, yeah. So
That was
there you
initiative.
go. You are held. What are you doing, Tim? Leo, I think, goes first if
Okay.
he's deciding to hop in there.
Okay.
Leo hasn't added weapon speed.
Actually, Leo, you get an extra. Jill goes first because Leo took too long to roll, I think. Like the Hobgoblin went the same round as Jill goes.
All right. So do I have to like
You are
break?
held. You
the
can't.
hell?
You've lost use of your right arm. You taste dirt. You see dirt. You smell dirt.
All right. Well, luckily
you
I'm
can-
ambidextrous.
Okay.
Specifically, I paid character points for
Yes,
that.
I'm aware. You have a free left hand.
All right, and I will pull out the sword, and stab him.
Okay. You cannot attack. What size sword is it? I think you need a. Is it a short sword or a long sword?
It's a short sword.
I think you can.
I'm sorry, it's a long sword. Long sword. Sorry.
Okay, you withdraw the sword and find that it will be too difficult to get a good blow in. You can try and use it as an improvised weird weapon with penalties to attack, or you can try and break free. I mean, you're able to unsheath it, but you've got a hobgoblin on you, so combat penalties or.
Okay. And what does it take in order to break free the hold? Can I use dexterity, or is it a straight strength, or what?
You can it'd be a strength check to try and break the hold with opposed strength check to try and break the hold.
All right. What if I want to slip out of the hold or something?
Opposed strength check to break the hold.
Okay, so there's no
There's
way to
no,
use dex for that.
No, it's not like 5-year later editions where it's acrobatics or athletics. Just a straight strength check.
All right. In that case, I
So you
will.
try and cut him with your sword.
I will. Yeah, I'll try to cut him. Since I can't really stab him, I'll try to
Are
run
you
it
have a
across his
warrior
throat.
weapon group, or what do you? I don't remember.
One of my things is that I'm a fighter.
Okay, one of your things. So you get a -2 to hit with the awkward use of a longsword. Then.
All right. So
And
I normally
what is it?
have.
Neil, do you remember the wrestling? Is it only small weapons or only daggers? that you
Only
can use?
knives and daggers.
Okay, so I'll give you dagger damage.
Well, I do have a dagger. I could use the dagger.
Okay, we can retcon that you pulled your dagger instead, in which case no penalties to hit.
All right. Well, I'm probably better with the sword because I've got a +1.
I'm still just going to let you do dagger damage. I mean, the rules state you can't even use a sword, but I'll let you.
All right. Well, okay. I'll just use my dagger then if I can't do that. So what are the minuses then? Or
Nothing, just unless you're not proficient or something. You can just shiv him with your dagger
all right, our miss.
or miss.
I'm like, you're gonna piss me off, and then I'm gonna have to do something bad to you.
Okay. Leo, if you'd like, you can step in at any time. We're rolling initiative for the next round.
All right.
You guys are at least a couple hundred yards away if you even head in the right direction, Neil.
Okay,
You know.
well, I'm heading in the right, hopefully in the right direction, towards the sounds of whatchamacallits.
Yeah, you hear the sounds of hobgoblins roaring over the rooftops.
Okay.
So you cut through the alleys and head that direction. Initiative rolls from everyone.
I just did mine.
Are we
We should just do a party initiative.
are we close enough that we should roll
Seems
for
like we're
initiative?
not quick enough with
Okay.
yeah, it seems like we're not quick enough with the initiative though.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
let's
we
just
were
do
all-
party initiative then.
Let's just do a party initiative.
Okay.
Jill, you want to roll it? You're in
Sure,
the
just roll a
middle of
d10
it?
then.
Yeah.
Tried to put that in Shenanigans chat. Let's try rolling out the Shenanigans party thing.
There we go. Right?
One. All right, yeah, you guys all go first. Alejandro and Neil, you're just sort of stepping out of the big cluster of buildings in the center of town to see the outskirts where this commotion is occurring. There's some sort of clusterfuck or orgy or something along those lines. There's a couple of tiny
Oh,
hobgoblins.
orgy.
One of them has mounted Jill, and Leo is watching.
If that's how Alejandro like perceives it to be, I mean, he's gonna jump
Leo
right in.
and Jill, what's going on?
I
Describe-
am pulling darts from my.
Can't reach. Leo and Jill.
All right, I'm
Just
gonna
move
try
right
to
around.
stab
You're still
again.
A couple hundred yards away, Neil.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
saying
I'm
you
gonna-
can see what's occurring, what Jill's doing.
All right, so I try to stab again with the dagger. Do a little bit better.
I think that's the miss. Yeah, I mean he's got AC 15 with his
All right.
with his armor, unless you've got some bonuses. That's
No.
you can argue. I mean, you're like stabbing him behind you. It's an awkward situation. Leo, are you still enjoying the sight?
The view? No. I rolled initiative, so I want to like swing my two-handed axe at something and see it die.
Great.
So let me see.
Rolled hit. So there's two that are tied up, struggling against their bindings. There's one that has Jill in an armbar.
I'll try for the one on Jill.
Twist.
This could end up terribly, but let's do that. All right.
Does he get bonuses for that? Or like, how does that work? Even work when they're like?
If you want, you can get a back attack or something.
This says damage D8/D12. So I
Roll to hit first. Roll a d20. Plus strength modifiers. You critical. Roll 2d8. You decapitate him,
what?
I think. 2d8 plus strength modifier. Are you specialized?
I don't think so.
Plus 13. Oh, not plus 13. Right.
Doesn't matter. He dies.
Oh.
You lodge your axe in him, and he slumps off of Jill, who is now
Alright.
free. The other two.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I was using the. I'm done. I've played a while, so I see the modifiers.
It's alright, Tim.
So many numbers. like-
Um,
Excel the game. So good.
no. The other two hobgoblins struggle against their bindings but do not break free. I think we're out of combat again, unless you guys bumble it. Harry and Alejandro, you arrive on the scene at the end of the round. You see two goblins tied up. Jill is getting up out of the dirt, out of the grass,
All right,
wiping herself
so
clean.
Yeah, they're a bit
Jill
of a
looks
rough,
very
rough
annoyed.
level.
The hobgoblins are worked up. They're grunting and straining, and then they see the Minotaur approach, and they sort of quiet down a little bit.
Oh, Jill, you not say you had you had orgy. Why you leave Alejandro behind?
It's now dark, but you can still see the shimmering green lights in the west. You don't think you can. Yeah, you can't see any more smoke because it's dark, but you can still smell it.
I go, I was trying to be polite to these guys here. Instead of killing them, I just put them to sleep and captured them. But then, very rudely, that one attacked me. And thank you, Leo, for killing that one. And, I got to tell you, I'm beginning to wonder if the things they were doing to those cows were not consensual at all.
They took advantage of the cows.
That's what I was hearing, that they were doing unspeakable things to the cows. And first I thought maybe like the people saying it were just sort of, against interracial relationships here. But now I'm beginning to think that maybe those cows were, it was
They
against
were
their will.
improperly milked.
I think the hobgoblins were trying to get milked by the cows, if you know what I mean.
Hobgoblins do not produce milk. They are a measly, weak species.
I kind of want to look at the hobgoblins and furrow my eyebrows. Like, you will respect women of all kinds, you brutes. I kind of like you give them like.
Are you
bitch
female?
slaps. No. I'm telling you, they have to respect women of all kinds. They
About
can't.
cows or about Jill? Are you, yeah.
Wow.
They're tied up. If you
I
don't
assumed it was about the cows. I can take care of myself.
They're taking advantage of the cows, and that's not okay. That is not okay. I'm bitch slapping them with my armored gauntlets.
Okay. Are you trying to?
No,
knock
just
them
like
out, damage?
humiliate them pretty much.
He reacts when you smack him, but it's not like he's begging for mercy or anything. Which one are you slapping?
Both of them.
Both. Okay, so
It's like one slap each. Pretty much.
they're restrained, so you can do whatever you want to them.
I'm just slapping. I'm not gonna kill them, but I.
So the other three of you are watching as Alejandro.
I go, anyways.
I
well,
think
these-
maybe we should do this interrogation after our first break.
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
Let's take our first break, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye. God, that's not the break sign. Welcome back to Shenanigans, everybody. Ryan, I think I actually interrupted Rob. I'm sorry to have done that. It is.
Oh.
Take the mic.
I don't remember what was I saying.
I have no idea.
Well,
We
the
were
party is
interrogating-
here on the outskirts of Sausageville. You've got 2 hobgoblin prisoners.
It's called Bergsvale.
Sausageville?
Bergsvale.
Burgerville?
Listen,
And-
Houdini, I know you're a stranger here, and so you're unfamiliar with the name of our town, but we've lived here all our lives, and we can assure you that this is Dead Endville, Sausageville, East Westland. As natives.
Perhaps our maps are out of date.
Yes, I'm sure you saw the sign coming into town.
Oh, I did not. Maybe I came in on a road that the sign was not on.
Maybe. But anyways, yeah, it seems that these hobgoblins were taking advantage of the virtue of some cows when they were interrupted by something scary, which I'm guessing is either starting that fire smell or the strange lights in the sky. So I'll leave it to you to decide what you want to do with these guys.
I snort at the hobgoblins, get down on one knee, and get very close to one of them and growl in their ear. Have you taken the virtue of a cow without asking?
What virtue? What cow?
Have you
Speak
milked?
that- Cowman. We do not milk. Men milk.
I look towards Jill.
Hobgoblin bake.
All I know is the
Except for
village
hobgoblin
that they were
women.
doing
Hobgoblin women best
cows.
milk.
Where are these cows that have been wronged? I say to the hobgoblin. If you do not answer, that one will
Saw
yoga
cows.
you.
Saw cows. And he sort of flails against his ropes. We saw cows.
You know, they keep fighting like they're trying to escape. If they're going to keep trying to escape, we could just break their fingers so
Flailing is me dropping
that it won't matter. What do you-
untie me and I'll shoot.
I'll turn to the hobgoblin. So I don't know if you're going to keep trying to escape like that. I'm figuring we should break your hands and feet.
He looks.
Or do you think you could stop trying to escape?
He looks up at the Minotaur and says, "Untie me. I'll show you milk. I'll show you cows. We saw cows."
I
Yeah,
know
we're not
what
gonna-
cows are.
We're not going to untie you. Last one of you guys that got untied attacked me, and my arm is still sore. So I don't think we're going to do that.
Can I carry him? Like how big? He's like he's 6 feet tall, right? Like he's pretty.
Yeah, he's well over 6 feet. Looking at it,
Probably.
he's probably hundreds of pounds.
But
for
you've
all
got
his
18 strength, right, Alejandro?
Yeah, I'm just like
Yeah,
how
what is your
how viable is it? Like 18-10. Like how viable is it actually to carry someone?
Look at your
it would-
weight allow under your strength stat. That's how much you can carry without being encumbered.
Yeah. So why don't if
In
you want to
pounds.
perform some feat of athleticism, let me know. But
Let's see.
they're conscious and
Let's see, light is 135, medium is 213.
That
and
can't be
heavy-
right. That's got to be a mistake. Look at your strength score, and to the right of that, next to weight allow.
yeah,
Oh, wait, allow 350, 335. Oh.
No. You are 18-10. You're the first one. Your weight allowance is 135. Your max press is 280. So you can press overhead 280.
No, that's not
pounds.
true because that can't be.
You mean that can't be? I'm looking at the table right now.
What? Did I write my numbers down
Strength-
wrong?
He's 18-10. You're 18. Neil, your max press should be 255.
What the hell? Okay, wow, my numbers are way off. 255. What is the weight allow for 18?
110.
Oh man, my numbers might be
Is
totally
it in
wrong
your
for my strength.
calculator?
My calculator might have been broken.
It says 480 max press. Is that too early?
That's 18-100.
Oh.
You rolled a 10 on your exceptional strength.
So 280 rather. And
Yeah.
weight allow is how much for 18-10?
135, and then it scales from there if you're encumbered, which I doubt you are. So
Not.
280 pounds. That's like 130 odd kilograms. So it's a pretty impressive amount to heave overhead.
If we take
This
the guns-
hobgoblin is also a huge sack of meat cased in
Yeah.
steel.
we could like, I guess we could like just have him in a rope and like just have him like show us like have the rope in a hand.
So the one is still pleading with you, Neil.
Oh man, my numbers are way off. Oh, my attacks are not nearly as good as I thought they were.
That's what and yeah.
Okay.
What did
should
you
my
think you had?
should my modifier not be +2 then? Or like
No,
my,
your numbers are all right. My numbers were way off.
okay.
I'm so disappointed.
You should have like +2 to hit, Simon,
Uh-huh.
and +5 to damage.
I look to the dwarf of the party and say, "Short one, what do you think of these smelly orange and blue mouthed beasts?"
Just like what I generally think about what they look like, or are we going to kill them?
Do you trust them that they are telling the truth about their atrocities?
Only one is speaking up, by the way.
I,
The other-
I still refer to them as a they.
Yeah.
As a you people.
What do you mean?
I'd say
That's
I don't
racist.
trust them. One of them like tried to break free and hurt my arm.
Let us kill that one, and the other one will surely listen to us.
Well, that
Because-
one's head is already off.
let's do this. I mean, we don't have.
There's a
lot.
couple of hobgoblin bodies
Why don't
around.
we just take the advice of one of them, and if they screw us, we'll just come back and kill them.
Yes, please ask one of the hobgoblins for advice.
We have the biggest hobgoblin here in our Zoom chat. So.
Perhaps we should take them to the proper authorities. It would be the
Well,
right thing to do.
I feel like there's stuff going on that we should probably attend to fairly quickly.
Then lead the way, androgynous one.
What is problem? No? See no problem?
Why don't we, you know what, we can tie their hands behind their backs and maybe just hobble them and have them lead the way. Or, I don't know. Maybe it is just better just to, like, do you want to just gore them?
Can you set them on fire?
We might need that spell when we come into the other hobgoblins. It seems like they've got friends. They're setting things on fire.
But there's no need. Like guys go, they would never. They would not run away, right? I just slowly caress.
Actually, they would. One of them broke his ropes and was like hurting my arm, and it hurt a lot.
But that's no.
That was temporary damage, by the way, Rob. It's
I just shake. Well, they should never do that again, right? And I just slowly caress one of their cheeks. Like, never do that again, right?
If I like take an axe,
is surprise just a 1 or a 2, Neil?
1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3.
Yes,
So
sir.
you are,
I thought it was 1 or 2.
yeah.
That'd
The
be
hobgoblin, as you're caressing its cheek, snaps and grabs a hold of your index finger in its teeth. You take 2 points of damage.
Ouch.
You can pull away, I guess.
Is it actually
I-
1 and 2?
Actually, no. Yeah. What's that? Is it 1, 2, or 3, or just? It doesn't matter.
Is that also temporary? Is it like
No, that is permanent damage. You are bleeding from your finger. You like bit through to the bone.
Can I?
Yeah, it is 1, 2, or 3.
Shite.
Mm-hmm.
On a D6.
I don't think it would
On a
matter.
D10.
Oh wait, you have metal.
Oh, okay.
But I don't
Metal gauntlets. I'm not sure if he would bite into those.
He still does, but I actually don't think that it will do any damage. I don't think that would hit with the AC of Gauntlet is going to be like. Okay, yeah. I guess it's a good thing. It's actually a gauntlet. It is like a from a suit of plate mail. Did you?
Yeah.
You
So
bought
that's
that
trademark.
And spiked.
and spiked.
Does that give his hands like AC 20? AC 18.
How much did he pay for them?
I don't know, but they're gauntlets. They're plate mail. You know.
Tell me what you paid for them, and I'll tell you what AC they grant. It's
I
enough
can't-
that it deflects.
I'm not
the
sure.
damage.
I mean, they were like specially made. I'm not sure how much I paid for those.
Yeah,
No.
especially made by what? I'm the DM now. So anyway, if you want them to,
I'm not sure. I think they were like a couple of gold just each. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure they were too expensive.
Specially made by dwarves.
Mm. It's you can decide. I mean,
they
it's
may
not,
just be spikes and not. I don't know.
it's like I mean, plate gauntlets were no, I mean, they weren't like just covered in plates, right? They were actually like there was some
They'll have like joints.
exactly. So I mean, I guess it could have somehow gotten into.
It's a lot of metal. Yeah. And I imagine there's spikes for your punching. I guess it doesn't give prices for pieces, just AC for pieces of armor. Oh well. Yeah, it probably gives your hands like AC2 or something along those lines. If it's just plate mail.
Which is like AC 18 or something.
Actually, it's probably AC0 if it's a cold shot hand. In any case, he doesn't pierce your gauntlet.
Okay. Okay, he does that. I kind of like, no, that's not how you do it. I kind of, I just go like, I slow like go behind him and like start caressing his neck instead. Like just.
Okay, I'm gonna like fast forward over the awkward hobgoblin sexual abuse and like try. Can we like get a general idea of what the party's doing? So I mean, you can now see flames from the north. The aurora, whatever you were gonna call it, the lights in the west are continuing to flicker.
How far the north?
You are having awkward interactions with hobgoblins while the world burns around you.
The fire is outside of town, though, right?
Shenanigans, otherwise.
You can't see. It's over the hills to the north.
Okay, but that's not within the town borders.
All right, is there a tree anywhere
have you
near
been to this
here?
town before?
No.
Okay, we're here at the edge of town. You said it's the fields and stuff. Is there a tree near here?
It's dark. You have
Oh,
keen
yeah, the information.
eyes.
Oh, yes, I do. Is there a tree near here?
Yeah, sure. You can see a tree on in a nearby farmhouse, like a
All right,
yard,
so
swing hanging. From
enough
it.
of this. Let's haul them over to the tree, hang them upside down by their feet. We'll deal with them later. We need to go check out what's going on.
The androgynous one has a good idea.
All right, so you tie hobgoblins to a tree.
Yes.
No, I'm going to hang them upside down from the branches. Tie their feet.
Okay.
So they're already tied up. Their feet are tied together.
And then we
So-
just
How many
flying over
feet
the
of rope
rope and
was
then like
taped
go.
It was 50 feet of rope.
I'm trying
Surely
to think how many
somebody else
feet of
has
rope.
rope too, right? Does anybody else have rope?
Yes, actually, I do.
Yeah, go. Let's do this.
50 feet of rope.
You hang them upside down from the tree.
Yes.
Damn.
Okay,
all that-
you have
all that
two
blood.
hobgoblins hanging
I'm not
upside
going to
down.
hang them by the neck.
There's a farmhouse nearby.
They are now the
They're
ugliest
basically in there.
pinatas in the world.
Pinatas. Just want to take out my stick.
All right, so we'll leave them here so we can go have an adventure. So you want? I think maybe we should deal with the burning, which is probably farmhouses. There might be cows in danger there.
Let's go.
All right, so let's head towards the flames. We'll deal with the sky later.
All right. You stay on the outskirts of town. Do you cut through town?
Just straight there
Okay.
in
So
a
you-
straight line.
Yeah, you
Through
head
the
back,
house.
I guess, through Burgerville, and at maybe a quarter of a mile. Eventually, you get a little more to the outskirts of town on the north side, and stumble upon the burning embers of a house. You see fires raging in nearby houses further to the east. It seems like the outskirts of town on the north have gone up in flame.
All right.
It's eerily
well,
silent. It seems to have been evacuated or abandoned.
all right. So this house.
You
looks like
passed
lot
a
of
few
guys.
screaming citizens, I guess, on the way up here, though, if you would have asked them anything.
No, they're probably running from whatever the hobgoblins are running from too. Let's
So the fires
Go to the
are
next
roaring
house.
at this point. Raylene would
Okay.
be loving it.
All right, let's
I
go
don't
to
know
the
how
next house where, like, let's see if there's anything to be done. If there's people who need to be rescued, if there's firefighting being done, or whatever. I'm not really sure.
Firefighting would probably be a lost cause.
All
like
right, so I'll check.
Like it looks like the burnings are the buildings to the east are roaring.
All right, so
Matchsticks.
calling out, looking for people who need to be rescued. You know, do they have like the little stickers in their window that says there's a cat inside? Are there like farm animals that need to be led away from burning barns? Are there?
You see a few frightened mules.
No
They're
cows
frightened
in dire
mules.
need.
There's no like young, sexy cows that needing to be rescued
There are
by
no cows, and no people. Roll perception checks.
Everyone?
Well, we're all there.
Everyone that would like
guess.
to perceive something.
I guess. No. I perceive my wonderful features.
Ooh, twinsies.
Yeah, you can see in the darkness. You can see some shapes lying down on the ground, and outside the yard of this charred farmhouse.
Oh man, are they dead people?
Yeah, you approach and you find a dead man and woman lying like on the porch in front of the charred remains of their house.
Are they burned to death?
Is it Uncle Owen?
They're
and
not
Aunt-
burned, no, but they look like they bled out here.
Someone has like
Some amount of time
sliced them
ago.
up. Okay.
Yeah, they have slash wounds all over their forearms,
Mm.
All right, I
blood
look
everywhere.
up after the slashes. Only hobgoblins are so precise.
They were not precise in town.
Yes. Actually, they kind of sucked. We beat the crap out of them, didn't we? Maybe it wasn't hobgoblins. All right, let's keep looking to the next house. We'll keep going.
I know, they were sob goblins because we beat the crap out of them.
That's good. I like it.
So the next
Alright.
house you reach to is still a roaring blaze.
Anybody that
in the light
can
of the
help?
fire, you can see bodies strewn around the surrounding countryside. Most of them lying face down. It looks like they were cut down as they tried to flee.
Are they humans mostly?
You start turning them over.
Yeah, I lift
you
up their
turn-
heads at least to see if they're human.
They're of various sizes. There's about a half dozen of them strewn within 100 feet or so.
Are they all
Women and
human?
children mostly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, human.
I don't do anything with the bodies. I keep looking around.
Are
Saying,
these farmhouses, or are we like at the edge of town and they're like normal houses that are just at the edge of town?
There's no wall around the city, so it just sort of bleeds into countryside.
But I mean, are there like farms
Mostly
and
here it's
barns
farms.
that go with these houses, or are these just?
Yeah, they're mostly large estates. So it'll be like a small farmhouse that's got, dozens or hundreds of acres for their livestock or large
Well,
plots of
in
field.
deference to Harry, are there cows that we should be rescuing as well?
I heard a moo on the soundtrack.
They're-
But
they're-
you don't see any cows. Those two donkeys are the only signs of life you
I
see.
look around. They must have taken all the cattle already.
Or the cows are really good at hiding.
Cows are not very good at hiding. Clearly, you have not spent time with them.
Have you met my mother?
No? What does that have to do with cows?
Nothing. It's like shake. Nothing.
Looking up and down the hillside, you can see little spots of flame on various hills and behind hills.
I would like
Like-
to attempt an untrained tracking proficiency.
Yes, roll a wisdom check at minus
Perception
9.
check at minus 11.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, you said the
perception
little
check at
flames up in the hills to like other places that are on fire, or like torches
Yes.
from retreating goblins. Or,
They look like roaring blazes off in the distance.
I just imagine Neil like, oh,
21 before modifiers for things like freshness of terrain and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
holy shit. Yeah, you can you're in the yard in like the the yard or whatever. It's cut close. They have livestock in the area. So on the grass outside of this burning farmhouse, amongst the carnage and the bodies.
Do you put your
can
nose
see a lot
in
of tracks from the people as they were running and fleeing, and a couple of larger tracks. You would guess 3.
Are they larger tracks like
humanoid-
cow tracks?
Large boot tracks. You do see cow tracks, but
I
those
follow
don't-
them.
the old cow tracks or the boot tracks.
The cow tracks. Yeah, we're looking for
Okay,
the
you-
cows.
Okay, are you narrating what you're looking for, or do you just say this way?
I mean, I snort, sniff the ground, look around. The cows have gone this way. And then I just keep my nose to the ground and
Okay.
go after them.
He heads sort of northwest, kind of away, or sorry, northeast, kind of away from the fires.
Is that towards
there's
the
woods in
sky?
Burger,
said there was
right?
like green stuff in the sky?
That's at your back. You're walking away from that as well.
I go, I don't know. Should we go after the cows or should we go fight the sky?
We should go for the cows.
I cannot
Cows.
reach the sky with my horns.
Cows
Yet.
are important.
If you
So
would
the
like
party
to
heads-
reach the sky, I say, grabbing a dart and looking menacing, I can make that quickly for you.
All right. I pull out my grappling hook. I'll get us there if we need to.
So the party heads northwest, I
Yes.
assume,
Yeah,
after
Yeah, so we'll follow the
after
cows
Harry.
for now.
All right.
Gonna get
You
that
follow
beep.
the cow tracks. It looks like it's a full herd. You would estimate.
I've heard enough.
Heard enough. Let me see if there's a monstrous manual entry for cows. I don't care. A full herd, so dozens of cows. I might roll if I can find something to roll for cows.
I mean, cow, they're worth like 5,000 experience, right?
Animal herd, cattle. Ooh, I do have an entry. It's a good size herd. You'd guess hundreds of cattle have tread this direction. They're many hours old. So you would guess you're following a trail from earlier today, maybe yesterday.
So not cows have been cow napped by
I
hobgoblins.
Only if Harry, do you relate this information to the
I
rest of the
do,
party, or are you
absolutely.
keeping them in the dark?
That's very important. That means these are not the cows we're looking for.
How far do you follow it?
As soon as I realize that these are not the cows that they were not cow napped, then we will. I relay this information immediately.
Okay. Yeah. So
Alright.
these are old tracks. They lead. I mean, you don't see any other cow tracks. So these are the freshest cow tracks you find.
So there are no cows in distress, I say.
You never know. I mean, what are these cows doing leaving town? Hitting the road? They must be running from something.
Or they were just being herded out to pasture to eat.
Or that.
Yeah. This is not the way. Perhaps we should just go back to Shenanigans. It seems the
Now,
danger
so we
has
can
passed
fight
for
the
now.
sky.
Maybe the milkman has come by now, I say to...
Don't be ridiculous. Fresh milk is delivered in the morning, not at night.
you are the milk bringer. You would know. You would know.
Let's go this way then. We can still have a chance to go fight the sky.
I do not know how to fight the sky, but if you wish to get to heaven, I can provide a solution.
So Jill, do you lead the party around
Towards
to the west?
towards the green stuff in the sky.
Yeah. The whole sky in the west is lit up with
All right, so I guess let's go west.
flickering lights.
Like this
Yeah.
is just like way up in the upper atmosphere, or this is like along the horizon to the west, or
Yeah, up in the atmosphere, up in the sky. Like the whole western skyline is like painted with flickering lights.
okay, so like there might be something on the ground making this, as opposed to Aurora Borealis, or the gods are
you
attacking.
free to conjecture as much as you would like. Can I get some sort of navigation roll? So perception will be fine,
Because
or
we
an
might
intelligence
lose
or
track of
something
the
if you guys
sky.
rather. Basically, roll some dice at me. Whoever is trying to lead, probably Jill.
Oh,
Int-
all right.
I guess you don't want my 34 then.
Yeah. So I guess Harry immediately overtakes the party and he's like, "This way. I smell the sky."
All right,
I taste
I'll
the
follow
sky.
Harry.
Yeah.
All right. So you amble in the darkness over the rolling hillside, over the rolling countryside to the west. It doesn't seem like you're getting any closer to the lights.
Did anybody have any
It's only
idea
15
what that
minutes.
might be?
What might be? Oh,
Can
All those lights
I
up
make
there?
like an intelligence check to figure it out?
It's
sure.
magic.
Or if there are any proficiencies you have that I might want to be aware of.
My intelligence check did not go well. Reading, swimming, rope use, drums, horns, herbalism, etiquette, and singing and dancing. I don't think any of
you've
those
never
apply.
seen or heard of anything like this in your life, I would imagine.
Okay.
Unless you've got some elaborate backstory involving Northern Lights
I do not.
or Western
Probably-
Lights, as the case may be.
I mean, the common conception would be like, think is there some kind of magic afoot, right? Perhaps because the sky's lit up. So like maybe like a
And yeah, I don't know what sort of metaphysical worldview Alejandro has, but magic seems like a reasonable assumption for a D&D character to make.
yeah. So like
Make an
so
intelligence
you
check
guys-
to try to figure it out then?
If you'd like, yeah. And let me know if you have any proficiencies that or skills that you're applying.
Well,
Areas of
aside from being a
knowledge.
wizard, I've got local history is about the only thing.
but I have cooking, so I could cook up a pretty reasonable
Yeah,
solution.
so you guys are arguing about whether or not it's magical or what. Who's in the lead?
But I do have local history. Does that help? Like if it's something that's happened
You
before?
have never heard about the sky around Sausageville glowing green. Hobgoblins do
Okay.
occasionally raid the local area, I think, Neil. Is that accurate?
Sure.
I think the party encountered hobgoblins like last week or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there are hobgoblins about, but the sky appears to be unrelated, or at least to the best of your knowledge. So you are having this conversation. You guys are arguing amongst yourselves about what it might be. Harry, you crest a hill and almost sort of slip as you like step into recently.
Manure.
What's the word? No, not manure. I recently dug up soil. There's a word I'm looking for that's on the tip of my tongue.
Tilled?
Tilled,
Tilled
it's
soil.
something along those lines. Like you were walking up a hill,
Mhm.
I mean, there's a small hill, but still a hill, and you step over the crest, and it's like, whoa, this dirt is soft beneath my feet, and you sort of lose your footing and look around, and you look down the hillside, and it sort of slopes in a very unnatural way. It's how long is everyone's infravision?
Non-existent.
Non-existent.
Whatever it says in the book.
Dwarf and Lasombra, I think, have, and Jill have like 60 feet or something like that.
Probably.
Okay. So roll perception checks. Everyone, I guess.
Minotaurs have no infravision. That's pretty weird.
I don't know. That should actually be a 32. Not that it makes a difference. The skills and powers online version doesn't have all the details, and I don't have my hard copy books with me.
And Alejandro, doesn't really matter. Your perception sucks.
Yes. I won't bother
alright, so-
rolling.
Harry, it appears you've like stepped into a hole that was dug. I mean, it's sort of a sloping circular section of dirt that you're standing on,
Mm-hmm.
heading downhill.
How big a hole?
It's dark. It's hard to tell.
But I mean, give me like, is it inches or feet or meters?
No, many meters or more in
Like
diameter.
a
You're-
crater, almost.
Yeah, something along those lines.
I looked
So,
around.
Like
Was-
a Tarask dug out of the ground and is making the sky green or something here.
Don't even joke about that, Jill.
You never know.
Wait, so
I don't know that you would
was
have
the
seen a
hill
crater.
that we were walking up the edge of the crater, and now we're in a big pit?
Something along those lines. You think there was grass on the other side of the hill, but this is freshly turned up dirt.
Did the
You're at the
grass
top, the
look
crest
like
of
it
the
had
hill.
been maybe like pushed awkwardly up, like had
Do
been
you
pushed
turn
out?
around and inspect the grass?
Yeah, I nibble at some too while I do it.
Yeah, it looks like the grass at the crest of the hill has sort of been turned up, and that seems like what you tripped over.
Yeah, I think as a Minotaur, Harry should get like a +2 on inspecting grass.
I have a very keen sense of taste for this grass. I can taste if the grass has been disturbed recently. It tastes of fear if it has been moved up too much.
It's a taste it's sharp and acidic on your tongue. It's a taste you've never really tasted before.
I do not like this grass. This grass is fiendish.
It's
Let-
like those pop rocks or something. It's like licking pop rocks.
Let us inspect the very center of this strange hole in the ground.
Yes, let's find this Tarask.
All right. So you descend the crater, we'll call it. The diameter is about like 20, 30 meters. So you go down, couple of dozen feet.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if this is like something having hit the ground and pushed things out, or have something having come out of the ground?
Sure, roll an intelligence check. And can I get perception checks from Jill and Dwarf?
21?
It's not Joe. It's... Damn it. Joe the Dwarf is a much better name than Leo. Leo. 21.
I can't perceive for shit today.
Okay. You're not sure, Harry. You probably don't have a lot of experience with explosions.
He is a mage.
So something's churned up the dirt, but you can guess maybe that something exploded here and blew out the dirt. But
so I can't tell whether it was an impact from above or an explosion from below.
You get to the bottom of the crater, and it's just sort of a round, smooth bottom. It's churned up dirt.
Okay.
You get to like a bottom. It's a almost perfectly circular divot that you're standing in.
I plow at the ground with my hooves, digging around a little bit, turning it up, trying to see if there's something beneath the soil.
You turn up some dirt. From this pit, it's all you can sort of see is just a circle of stars above you. The western sky is slightly painted green.
What is the angle of incline on the slope?
The angle of it's basically a.
Is it like a deep-ish, very deep pit, or is it like a very shallow pit?
It's like an ice cream scoop. It's almost a perfect. So it's like someone came and like scooped the dirt up, or a perfect explosion outward.
I put my face to the ground. Is it warm? Is it cool?
It's not. It's warmish.
Warmer than you would expect for nighttime dirt.
You're not sure what the dirt feels like.
Okay, I pulled my spectrometer out of my hip flask. What?
Spectrometer.
Yes.
You hear a howl of wolves in the distance, apparently.
Perhaps some
Okay.
dwarves
Sorry.
were
Okay,
born
I forgot.
here.
You meant while Minotaur was rooting around. So basically, as soon as you stepped in the bottom of this trench, Jill, you notice a strange flickering. Something's wrong with the air, like off to a little bit further forward, just past the center of the crater.
Something's off with the air.
Yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. Your spidey senses are tingling, and you look like you see it's like an optical illusion, like maybe like steam is rising and refracting the light in a strange way.
I think it might be like something invisible or whatever,
Yeah, maybe something like
or
that.
an illusion. All right, I'll point this out to the others.
If you want to declare an illusion, you can roll like a saving throw versus illusion or something like that. What is the?
Yeah, I think there's some sort of illusion or invisibility
We
going
used to always
on.
metagame as kids by shouting, "I rolled to disbelieve the illusion," and then you get a saving throw to
Yeah, well, you've given me cause to think there's an illusion, so I will actually do so. Rolling perception, or how would I do that?
saving throw versus spell modified by wisdom, I think, if there does happen to be an illusion here. Do you point this out to the party?
Yeah, I point this out to the party. I think there's something illusory or invisible over there. And saving throw versus spell, but you said modified by wisdom? Or I mean by will? Or no wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom, will, same thing.
Have the rest of you descended
Alright.
into the crater? Leo and Alejandro?
Guess I would follow, after. So
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just standing. I'm not sure what standing around would accomplish either way. So I'm following Hoofdini.
And I failed my save.
Yeah. So
I'm rolling badly today.
you think that there's something. I mean, you don't see any illusions. I guess you think.
All right. Whatever was shimmering, I'll pick up a rock and throw it at that spot. Like it was right over there. There should be plenty of dirt clods around. Given
Yeah, you pick up a dirt clod. So Jill picks up a dirt clod and hucks it over what's his name's head, over Harry's head, and you'd think it would hit the ground, but it just sort of fizzles in air in a little puff of green light. And you see like a flicker of, almost as if it like splashed through a surface of water, like horizontally.
Huh.
And the dirt clod vanishes before it hits the ground.
Well, Harry, you're a magician. What do you think about this? This is clearly magic.
I attempt to disbelieve it.
Again from Leo, and a saving throw from Neil if you're like rolling to disbelieve illusion.
I roll to disbelieve the illusion, but I have a 4 willpower, so I have a penalty of 2 on this.
Okay, so
D20
Shindig,
minus
or
2.
yeah, roll your save first, and then roll.
Yeah, I totally believe
The illusion is too strong. Okay, so Leo, you're a little bored. You're like pacing or something. You back up the hill a little bit, and you sort of stumble as you almost step over what you thought was like a root or a rock, and you look and you realize it's a boot, and then you look up and attached to that boot is a leg and a body, and you realize that there is an unconscious body lying face down in the dirt, not like 5 feet from where the group is standing.
Okay.
Actually, there was no boot. It was a bare foot.
Oh, it's a bear.
Bare man's foot.
A
Wait, hold
person
on.
with the foot of a bear.
Yes. No.
Okay, so it's just a naked.
But there are pants and there is a shirt.
Okay.
Oh, thank no, that's
All
bad.
right. And he's unconscious.
He's lying face down in the dirt. Maybe he's dead.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I turn him over.
Yeah, you roll him over. Looks to be a middle-aged man. He's got fiery red hair, wild and tousled, a large red beard, and earthy toned clothes. Mostly good green vest and brown trousers.
Mouth to mouth.
That's a really mismatched outfit. Maybe Dalaran was here and somebody took it.
Okay, so you take this opportunity to kiss the unconscious
No,
man?
not
Is that
kidding. Mouth to mouth resuscitation.
And
Yeah,
that's just
roll
like a
an
really bad
intelligence
set of armor
Okay,
pieces.
so the rest of the
that just
party
happen to
you see
match
the
back.
dwarf. What was that, Rob?
I was just thinking there's this giant divot out here and magical barriers and stuff that maybe this is where Dalaran was.
Very small
Oh.
dollar.
Yeah. And just given the mismatched, gear the guy had, maybe it was just like, typical
One
dropped
of
gear
those.
that happens to match his specs.
Are you sure? Maybe it was like a gold scammer or something like just wearing like it was level 1 guy. He was like came to Dalaran. Maybe
Dalaran?
So,
shouted out for gold.
Tim, can you roll an intelligence check?
What's Dalaran?
How do I?
It's
Warcraft,
WoW. It's
right?
WoW.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
How do
The
I?
city.
Feet that got moved.
Like an
Left a
order.
big crater.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How do I intelligence?
Intelligence. What's your intelligence? Roll a d20 plus your intelligence score.
So it's like
Okay. Yeah, so you start doing the chest compressions, and then you go into breathe, and the man's arms spring up, grab you around the neck, and he brings you in close for a kiss. He pops a kiss right on the lips and says, "Oh, who are you?" Except with a thick, heavy Elvish accent,
All right.
or something like that. "Oi, who are you?"
Do we all see this thing?
Yes.
Well-
Tim found. Yes, I guess he didn't announce it.
I didn't
Oh,
announce it. It was our moment.
I
But
didn't.
it's dark.
Yeah,
And yeah.
they're having a moment, guys. Let them be alone. Like he obviously found his true love in this crater.
Yeah.
Harry, now is the time for the Wall of Fog.
Yeah. So Harry, you guys were preoccupied at the portal, and you turn around and you notice that Leo found a body, which apparently is not alive, or not dead, very much alive.
Leo's just kissing a dead body.
So do you respond, Leo? And he kisses you on the lips and says, "Oi, who the hell are you?"
All right, then I get.
"No, my head hurts." And he starts rubbing his head and sits up in the dirt.
I'll be like, what's like the last thing you remember?
I was tending my flock of sheep, and then I don't know. You were kissing me. Oi, mate, why? And he scrambles to his feet. He's pretty tall, actually. I mean, you're a dwarf, so he obviously towers over you, but just over 6 feet.
I step close to them.
"Oh, you're a big one, aren't you?" And he looks up at you.
What sort of creature are you?
He sticks out a hand. The name's Fano. I'm just a dude. And you take his hand?
I sniff him. I sniff his hand, and then I sniff his face.
Roll a perception check.
I say maybe he knows where the best milk comes from.
He might.
Oh, you're looking for the best milk? I know where the best milk comes from.
Shenanigans has the best milk I've ever had. Where does that milk come from? I completely lose track of this new creature.
Yeah, he smells like a dude, and you guys start talking about milk.
So, well, there's a cow. We rescued the cow, although they wouldn't sell it to us.
I must find this cow.
And we know exactly where it is.
I must meet him.
Her.
Yes, her.
So, you guys have
silence.
I look back to him. Oh, yeah. What race are you, creature?
I'm a man.
A man of what race?
I don't rightly know. Are there different races of men?
Are you a human? A half-elf? I do not recognize the smell.
It's dark. He doesn't have pointy ears. About human size.
Oh, you said something about an elven accent before.
He's got the accent. I'm doing my best to role play.
But I'm asking him point blank what race he is. Does he not respond?
He said he was. He gave you a couple of answers.
I know. I respond again.
Race, and he was like, "Are there different races of men?"
What? Are you human? Are you elf? Are you half elf?
I'm a human. Use your eyes. Oh, I guess it is pretty dark out.
It is dark, and you are in a strange place.
Kill for a glass of wine. Can we get out of this? I think I heard wolves. Where the fuck are we?
All right. Well, while that is going on, I'm going to take whatever scraps of my rope I have left here, and I'll take whatever is the longest piece I've got, and I'm going to tie. There's like a twig or a root or something or anything.
Yeah, you can find a chunk of root.
All right, I'll just like tie something to the end of it, and
you have no rope. It's all used to tie up goblins right now.
Oh, that's right. I guess this is all back there with that.
Wait, I have rope. I had rope too. How much?
Unless you cut your rope, it is all currently tied to a tree.
That's true.
About a half mile back.
I suppose we didn't cut the rope.
All right, Leo, do you have rope?
Yeah, I got some rope.
All right, mind if I borrow that for a second?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I don't have rope. Sorry. I lied. I do have beatbox. I have beatboxing proficiency as well as a knife.
Well, that solves everything. Hear it.
I do have clothes. Can we will clothes work to...
Are you going to strip down naked and weave your shirt into a rope?
I mean, he could tear pieces of his clothes, right? If he wanted to,
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to the thing where I threw the dirt clod, it disappeared. I just kind of wanted to see if something could go in and come back, or.
Oh, I have a party hat, and the party hat has string. Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not a disintegration wall or something, something out of Tomb of Horrors or whatever, before we go through it.
Yeah, I mean, so can I just like
Okay,
rip off?
so you guys are fussing to try and make a makeshift rope. Neil, you feel something prodding your buttocks,
I turn my head and look.
and you
It's
turn around
me.
to see the.
It's me.
the
Sorry.
No, the man that you found, the man of the pit, is behind you. I mean, you turn around and now you're facing him.
What do you want, man?
I was, nothing, and he sort of points to Alejandro. It was him.
It
I turn to Alejandro. What do you want, man?
I was just admiring your amazing flanks. Hmm.
My glutes are very well toned.
Indeed, they are.
I've
How much
never
can
seen
you
anything
squat?
like you. Are you a minotaur?
Does the grass grow on the ground?
I don't see any grass here.
I guess I am not a minotaur right now. But
Was that
typically I am.
Was that another wolf? Bloody hell! What can we do about that drink?
I'm just going to take an arrow and kind of start poking it around where the dirt cloud went through and see if it like disappears, if I can pull it back.
Nothing unusual happens. I mean, you still see some weird optical effect going on here. It looks like maybe on a hot day when you see like a mirage along the road.
I'll push the arrow
but
through
prodding that region with an arrow doesn't seem to do anything.
All right, I'll like throw the arrow through it. Does it disappear the way the dirt cloud did?
Yeah, when you let go of the arrow, it sort of fizzles out of existence.
All right, I would like to know if something
Goes and
come back.
fades and disappears.
All right, I'll take an extra bowstring then and tie it to an arrow and throw the arrow through, see if it disappears, see if I can reel it back in.
An extra bowstring.
Yes, I have a short
Alejandro
one. Must have bowstrings.
Alejandro rolled a hit.
Sounds okay. Roll to hit a buttocks. I touch his buttocks firmly.
All right. He jumps several feet into the air, but you successfully grope the poor sheep herder. Rob, you tie your bowstring around the arrow, and you toss it, and it flops into the dirt.
So something has to be all the way disconnected in order for the portal thing to activate.
Drink!
Okay.
Oh, that was the sheep herder. Who has now moved once again to your side. Houdini.
Hoofdini.
Houdini.
Harry Hoofdini.
He's now on your left side.
If he's going to
trying
be
get
that
up on his
obnoxious,
tiptoes and peek into your ear.
I pick him up underneath his arms and lift him up to meet my face. And say,
Roll to hit.
oh, he resists? He resists the
I
grab?
guess he does not just let the Minotaur grab him and manhandle him.
The Minotaur cannot find him.
Yeah, he deftly tumbles out of the way.
If you wish to get close to me, you need simply but ask.
No, yeah, you just had some earwax, mate.
We Minotaurs do not have earwax. Our ears are impeccable at all points in time.
I'll toss the shipper guys my wine tin. It's like, look, here, just shut up about the drink, have some.
Is there wineskin in the...
I have a wineskin. I'm fully prepared. It's an adventure about. The only thing I don't have is a 10-foot pole. Because that's just
He
stupid.
catches the wineskin and starts chugging from it.
You know, if you had a few copper, you could buy a 10-foot ladder.
True.
The ladders.
But think how awkward that would be. Carrying around a 10-foot ladder in a dungeon.
That hit the spot. He sort of shakes it in your direction, Jill.
Imagine the castle we can build with all those ladders.
And then shrugs and takes another swig.
All right.
He sits
Go for
back
it.
down in the dirt. while
Okay.
you do whatever it is you are doing.
Huh. I don't know. This is really freaky, this whole thing here. This whole portal-y thing.
Shall we simply move into it? I suggest, and I point to the sheepherder, that he goes first.
Me?
Well, here's a question.
Go where?
Are you from
To
around
the
here?
bar? I think so. Yeah, that's where is this pit? I don't know. And he stands up and starts looking around, trying to get his bearings.
We're right at the
Be
end
in the bottom of a hole.
Sausageville.
Sausageville. Yeah, Sausageville.
East of Westland. Is that where you're from?
Sure, but I'm certainly not from this pit. I don't see my house anywhere. And he starts spinning in circles.
What year is it, strange creature?
2. And he sort of starts looking up and around.
Is that the year here?
You have no idea how humans measure their time.
I look to the other humans in the party. Is that right?
I just shrug.
Does anyone know what year it is?
I don't think anyone knows what year it is.
No.
I think this man might be displaced in time. Let us throw him through the portal. I try and grab him again.
What the bloody... Okay, roll the hit.
I'm like, displaced? Like what?
Natural 20.
You grab him in your hands. Your strength is 18? So
18.
Your max press.
That's right. Minotaur wizard with 18 strength.
How much weight of equipment do you have?
Like nothing.
How much weight?
I'm looking, but it's very, very little. 28 pounds of gear total.
Yeah, so you can manhandle him into the portal, question mark?
I do like a heave, ho, and just toss him in.
And you have high dex. So he reaches out to try and grab your arm as you're tossing him into the hillside. You sort of cringe as you expect him to hit the ground with a smack, but he out of existence.
Oh, look at that. I'm like...
Are you still there, or did you disintegrate?
No response.
Would someone like to go after him?
He's disappeared. Please delete your wineskin from your character sheet, Jill.
I'm gonna have to buy another one.
I go to Leo. Shouldn't you, like... No. He, you had a tender moment. Should you not go after him? Leo? Tim?
Leo.
Sorry, the names are totally with you. How about this? We don't have rope, right?
Oh.
No.
I have. Oh shit.
How far is this from the hobgoblins?
You're about a half mile from town.
Ah.
Was he good? I say to Leo. Was he a good kisser?
Yeah.
A shame.
It's a shame.
He disappeared. Good kisses are hard to come by. Maybe in the future, currency will be soft kisses instead of hard money. Who knows?
Yo, hello, are you sure you're not disintegrated?
What if
No
I
response.
went through to the portal, and then you yell through at me, and then I'll actually answer. You can trust me. Because what if he just wants to get away and he's not responding?
The dwarf is brave.
Why would you get away from us?
I salute you, dwarf, for willing to risk your life.
Wait, even better. Why don't I put part of my beard into it and then pull it back out?
I no longer salute your bravery.
Leo, do you do any of these things? And
Anyone in the party disagree? Because I will do it.
Do it.
you have agency over your own character and its action.
I'm just standing there like I'm not even sure what happened. Really, like I saw him disappearing. I'm not sure what's
Okay, so I'm gonna take like the bottom of my beard and I dip it into the thing he disappeared in. Dip it in just for a bit, and then I pull it out, and then I don't know. I don't make
Something has to go all the way through. Just like if it's tied, it's still connected to something on this side, then it doesn't get transported. But if it goes all the way through, it is not connected to something like the sheep herder. then it goes poof.
Maybe it's a one-way thing.
Yeah, which would seem to indicate that it's probably not a disintegrator, or it would disintegrate anything. But it is a portal.
So my beard is still intact.
It's a portal to hell.
You are like wafting your beard at the
Okay.
optical illusion or whatever it is in front of you. I mean, clearly not an illusion at this point, but your beard does not disappear. It wafts in the breeze as normal.
It's not necessarily a portal to hell.
I will be brave and go forth then.
All right.
And I'll step through the portal, but first let's take a break.
Perfect.
Perfect. See you guys on the other side.
I want to say get fucked YouTube, but this is all going on YouTube.
This is only going on YouTube.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Shenanigans.
So, Harry Houdini, you step forward into the portal.
I stepped through it.
Fear of annihilation.
All right. Harry disappears in the same green flash that the rest of the objects have disappeared into. I guess I'll describe what Harry sees, but the rest of the parties try and role play properly.
I think I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna go after him. I'm gonna be brave.
Yeah, I'll
I'm gonna jump
shout
out.
after Harry, see if anybody answers. If not, I'm just gonna go, what the hell, and I'll
Yeah,
die for you.
let's just let's
Okay,
let's
that
do
makes it easy. Yes, he is unable to. I mean, yeah.
I guess
Either we all
Sound
make
doesn't
characters-
travel within a minute or so. You all step through the portal and find yourself on the first thing you notice is the sky, which is fully illuminated with all sorts of absurd colors.
Am I in the same
Greens,
area?
Purples. No, you've stepped through. You're no longer in the pit. You're standing on a flat gray plain that stretches to the horizon. The soil beneath you is wet and gives a little bit. And off to your left, you see a large stump that comes up about to your ankles.
So Harry's in a different place than we are when we go through.
No, you're all standing next to each other. I mean,
Oh.
he gets there first, and then Alejandro. So over the course of a minute or two, like he steps in, and you guys shout after him, and he doesn't answer. So Alejandro steps in, and then you step in, and I assume
So the ground is a gray plain, but the sky is crazy colors.
not a I mean, it's earth, but it's gray. It's grayish grass, grayish marshy grass that sort of extends off in all directions.
Okay, this is.
You can- So you're clearly somewhere new. I mean, let me know how you're investigating your surroundings, what you would like to know.
I'm kind of a bit freaked out maybe, like, you know, even with a pretty dumb character, like, you know, this is
so
like
you're,
this
on
is
guard. Are you preparing
I'm like just like where
preparing to
where
punch
the
anything that comes out at you?
I'm looking to see if the exit's there.
The
If there's
exit.
a way back.
Yeah, you look behind you and you see a similar flickering portal. Yeah.
I'm gonna try jumping back through it and see what happens.
Yes, you were able to freely jump back and forth between the dimensions.
Is the sheep herder here?
You see no one. Yeah, no sheep herder, nothing. You do see the dirt clod and the arrow.
You
and
say
wherever else
the
you guys-
ground is wet at my feet, right?
Yeah.
Do I see footprints?
Roll your tracking check.
Just to see footprints? A full tracking proficiency check?
No, when I come
you
back,
can roll-
through
I call
after I make
shenanigans.
like,
You can roll perception checks for other usual perception things, but if you're trying to like just detect footprints, that's pretty specific skill.
Okay, I see no footprints.
Well, I mean, maybe you could see footprints with a perception check, but you find nothing trackable. Probably no footprints.
If that was a tracking or just a perception check, that would have been a 21.
Roll both. So you failed to track anything.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Do you tell us that it's the ground's clearly wet to all of us? Or
It's
just
soft. It's
right where he
you're all
is.
wearing shoes, I assume. But,
I,
yeah,
thi-
it's
I, think, I
soft.
think I think Harry is like inspecting my buttocks this time, like, you know, like,
Hmm.
just
Looking
like
at
But I mean, so it's just like the ground where he said, it's wet for him. That's not unusual. It's the same for everybody, or he was like standing in a pool
Yes,
of blood.
the ground is the same for all of you.
Okay, no, just making sure he's not like in the pool of
Soft.
blood where the shepherd got pulled down by unspeakable things from below the earth.
No.
I was gonna. What is this place? Like, you know, where the hell are we? This is. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that we're clearly like not in the, you know, even at the same, maybe not even on the same, you know, part of the world, right?
Well, where's the sheep?
Actually, this is what it's like on the west side of East
Yeah,
West.
this is the bad side of town.
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
I calm down immediately. Like, that makes so much sense. It's the bad part of town.
So how many
we
times
just don't
do you
normally
pop
go
in?
over there.
How many times do you pop in and out of existence, Jill? Like,
I
do you
just
jump
did it
back and forth,
once
or do you just
make
test
sure.
it? Okay.
I just like after I did it once, I was like, okay, as long as we can get back.
It's eerily silent here,
Except for those crickets.
except for those crickets. The landscape is bleak. Nothing but this gray grass, maybe a few shrubs here and there.
And the sky was what?
There's a large
Oh,
tree
shout out
subject. The sky is
Sheepherder, dude.
all sorts of brilliant hues,
But
greens and purples, and roll a perception check, Alejandro.
Okay, so it's like daylight out.
Or
It's no
whoever else
longer
is asking
nighttime.
I guess I'll do roll a perception check and not do very well.
That's
But
pretty good for you, though.
yeah.
Sky is green and purple. This is the first time you've noticed the sky before, so this might just be what it looks like everywhere.
Okay.
So are you guys like
I shout out, "Hey, sheepherder dude!" Any response at all?
silence?
Here's Simon and
Hello?
Garfunkel in the background, like just like.
I'll shout out, "Hey, you! They're trying to do the ambush. We totally know you're there. So why don't you just step out so we can talk like civilized folks?" Seriously, just going to embarrass yourself with that ambush. You're just going to jump out. You're going to think you're ambushing us. It's not going to work. Just step out.
Is there just flat? Everything is just flat around us, or it's
So
like
there were some bushes and things.
oh,
All right, I don't think there's an ambush, guys.
ambush. I just like put my dukes up, like look around. What?
I don't think there is one.
Oh, okay.
Do you think this is where the hobgoblins came from?
I don't know. I thought hobgoblins came from mommy hobgoblins and daddy hobgoblins.
Well, of course, don't be ridiculous. They're not dwarves. They do not hatch from eggs.
Dwarves don't hatch from eggs either.
Yeah,
Nonsense! Of course they do. I have seen it before.
Where did you see a dwarf hatch from an egg?
Did you not come from an egg?
No, I came from a mommy dwarf.
Does she have a beard?
Yes, it was a very long, majestic beard.
I am sorry to tell you, but you were adopted by two male dwarves living together in a civil union.
Even if
100%
do you
canon.
have a problem with that?
Of course not. You should just know the reality of your situation.
Could I get a perception check on some prejudice going on right now?
There's-
I'm actually gonna do it, so
Sure.
I gotta make sure it's right. Let's see. All right, that's what I thought.
roll to disbelief.
All right.
Did your parents read you a book about a penguin named Tango?
No. So I rolled a 23. Do I perceive some underlying phobia going on?
There may be some preconceived notions, but you don't imagine that he's afraid of you or
Okay.
prone to hate crimes. But
All right.
Run to hate.
you never know.
No, I mean it's good. It's good to know what people's views are in your party. Just-
I thought that it was just like I thought the beard was just like they grow from the beard. That's what I thought.
Oh, that's actually something we tell all the kid dwarves.
So you find yourself in a strange and alien landscape, and you find yourself talking about beards as usual.
I'm gonna try to jump and see how high I jump.
Are you like laying? I mean, are you staying right next to the portal, having this discussion? Are you guys?
Well, yeah, there doesn't seem to be anywhere else to go. I mean, it's like in another dimension, but it's kind
There's
of
ground beneath your feet.
Well,
You
let's
can't
try
quite tell
this.
which way is north and south and east and west.
I think our dimension was a lot better than this one.
Well, let's think about this. So let's say the sheep herder went through the portal and he escaped. Where would he escape to? Right? Like there's nowhere else to go. So my guess is he actually tried to go back into the portal to meet back with us, but he actually ended up somewhere else.
But I think didn't you go back and forth?
Yeah, I went back and forth, and it came to the same spot. So that's weird.
Maybe.
The sheep herder must have been an illusion.
But I kissed him on the lips.
But I touched his
It felt
ass.
so real.
How long was it before we went in after we tossed him? Perhaps he
Yeah,
got
when
lost.
you kissed him, did it feel real or was it magical?
No, felt like You know, like any other man's lips would feel when you kiss him.
Maybe you found some.
So you guys are having this conversation when I guess roll 4 perception checks. Each roll a perception check to see who hears this, if anyone.
Can I bet money on me
So-
not succeeding?
I'm assuming someone hears it. Yeah, okay, there we go. At least Leo hears it, and I assume alerts the party. I mean, you're like talking, and then you hear a voice sort of off in the distance.
Yeah.
You're chanting rhythmically. Sounds like
Chanting?
something along those lines. Rattle bones, or rattle your bones, you're quaking in your boots. Rattle bones, or rattle these bones, you're hanging from my nose. And this sort of goes on, drones on.
No rat cleaver.
Do you like grab the? Do you alert the party and point this out, or do you keep silent and let them continue talking about beards? Harry, you hear this as well.
What is that song? I do not recognize it.
Rattle your bones, you're shaking in your boots. Rattle bones, or rattle
If this is this a sailing song, because I come from an island to the north, far to the north.
Roll an intelligence check. Or music.
A team is being fed on cash.
Or
Do you
you-
want me to do a singing or an intelligence?
Singing. Is it higher or lower than your intelligence? Probably lower. But
It is much lower.
you can roll one of each.
Okay, there's my int check, and there's my singing check.
Okay. You do not recall having ever heard the song in any of your travels.
Yes. In case you guys
Then
haven't
again-
picked up on it yet, my stats are ridiculously overpowered.
Yes, we picked up.
We got it, Neil.
You're a Minotaur. We understand.
Yeah.
I mean, let me
You
just say
maxed
I've
the
got
crap out of your skills, and
I've
you
got
rolled
two
really well.
18s and two 16s and a 15.
Dang.
I know I
You're-
rolled really well, and Minotaurs
Your,
get two.
your middle name is Mary Sue. We understand.
No, the milk bringer, steer of utter bullshit. One natural 18, and then a couple of 16s, and Minotaurs
Do you
get plus
take
2 to 2
take
stats.
time to brag about your prowess?
I do.
in-game, or does this all?
Well, I rolled okay.
Yeah. So what you're
I rolled
talking
a
about?
29 on my int check to know if I recognize the song.
So I think Leo's like, I hear something, and you're like, I hear it too. I have the best hearing in all the land. Also, look at my muscles, and I'm so smart. And you finish bragging, and the sound has stopped.
Damn it!
My horns are diamond.
And you realize
Do
that once
I-
again, it
Did I know
sounds-
that song though?
No, with your you've never heard that song before.
All right.
Anyway-
Well, nobody's really pointed this out to me too much. It seems like so.
It was pointed out to you.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, Leo pointed it out, and then I mean, you all listened, and Harry was like, "I heard it too. I heard it better than you did."
All right. Which direction did it come from?
You roll. You don't know.
I point.
Maybe, yeah. It was off to. Yeah, he points. You
He's-
heard it, but you weren't able to locate it before it stopped.
All right. Do we want to go check that out?
Yes.
Head in that direction.
Let us.
All right.
Why not?
All right. Let me know if anyone would like to apply horrible tracking skills or anything along those lines as you bumble
Well, what I'm going to do is
vaguely in some unknown direction. You are heading towards the green sky.
All right. So I'm going to lay arrows. Actually, I'll have them sort of like sticking out of the ground at an angle.
How many arrows do you have, or how often do you place the arrows?
I'm going to place them, say, like every 100 feet to start with. So I figure we should be able to see an arrow from 100 feet away and can walk to it and kind of get the direction to the next one to try to
Okay.
keep it from getting lost.
I'm
All right, and
pretty
you
sure we
stick
can
them
see
in-
more than 100 feet, though, right?
You stick them in the earth, in the dirt.
Yeah, I stick it in the earth so it sticks up so it's easier to see, but I put it at an angle so it's sort of pointing.
The
Back
direction you
toward the
came
port.
from, or the,
Yeah.
okay, the direction. Okay, yeah. Sounds good.
Pointing back to the port.
How many feet did you say? When are you going to run out of arrows? I guess is what I'm wondering. How many feet?
Well, I've got 20 arrows, so If I do it every 100 feet, then 2,000 feet. If we're like getting that far from the portal and we don't know our way back, or we still haven't seen anything, then
So what are you guys looking for? You're sort of walking over damp earth. There's the land seems to be littered with tree stumps. But other than that, and the occasional small brush, it's a pretty.
so this is like a dimension of lumberjacks or something.
Something like that.
Are we still heading the direction of the?
I go, they're gonna like your beard, Leo.
Oh, yeah.
What was that, Leo? You don't know cardinal directions or anything like that.
Okay, but we're just going.
But the sky seems to be like a gradient from like purple to green. You're heading towards the green sky.
Okay, but we heard a noise, so I'd assume we'd just be like.
Yeah, you're heading towards where you heard the noise, but it's no longer. The voice is
Noising.
Okay. Do we have like a sense of how long it's going to take to get there?
You have. It sounded like it was just a couple of feet away.
All right.
A couple dozen.
Oh.
Feet, maybe. I mean, like if you could hear a voice, you couldn't have been that far from it, right?
Okay. So I'm going to turn to the Minotaur and ask him, if you're so smart, there's nothing here, so I think we exhausted that option. But why don't you try singing the song, and see if anyone responds?
I can try. I say.
All right. Well, your stats are supposedly super good, so just go do it.
My singing is wonderful in the Minotaur tongue. The common tongue is difficult for such a thick and meaty tongue as mine.
Well, I'll play some accompaniment for you here. So I'll get out my lute.
Perfect.
I start singing in a deep, hearty Minotaur voice, and as the song overtakes me, I start using my own chest cavity as a drum to accompany it. With a 22, both successes.
And
Ooh,
of
hold
course, I continue the tradition of getting good rolls on musicianship here.
Nice. Yeah. So you pull out your lute, Jill,
Mhm.
and you start playing, and Harry sings a song over the top.
That's actually a 31.
I don't think you guys know any. It's a 31. on
Yeah,
your
because
singing?
drums are dex based, not
Okay.
charisma based. Yeah.
Okay, so his singing is sort of droning moos that sort of set the baseline.
All right.
He plays the drums on his chest as well. Can I get perception checks from the rest of the party?
That's my best check. Nope.
Okay.
I am
Yeah,
too
you were
enthralled
all,
by singing.
yeah, you were all entranced by the beautiful music that Jill and
Of course.
Beanie are making.
Mhm.
How long does this performance go on for?
I don't know, but I start dancing too. If the whole band is getting together on this, I bring out a Minotaur jig while I sing and dance.
Yeah, I'll start doing a stage show too. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
What's the, if you don't have singing proficiency, do you just add your charisma?
It's
or do you, like-
charisma -5.
Yeah.
Okay.
My drum playing and my dancing are going so well that I'm going to stop singing, unscrew my right horn off of my head, and use it as an actual horn.
Toot.
The performance for no audience, or so you
I
think.
see.
Roll another check, Harry. All right, so you bellow with your horn. Alejandro, you can't carry a tune, but
Yeah,
The
it's
rest
like
of them
it's like in
you
real
can-
life, really.
All right, I'll say I did not know Minotaur horns did that. You learn something new every day.
They're not
Right,
supposed to. My horn was damaged in a freak magic accident.
all right. You stop to have this conversation, and without the music roaring across the countryside, you don't hear barking. You hear whimpering from the bushes.
What is that? I approach the bushes.
You see a diminutive man huddled in the bushes, weeping,
Is it
The sheepherder?
panting. Hoofdini approaches.
Is it the sheepherder?
I assume you don't approach very stealthily, and it scampers back as you approach.
That's fine.
You notice hooves as it sort of scampers away on all fours.
Is it a cow?
No, it's much smaller than that. It's maybe
Is it a
like less than-
miniature pony? Is it little Sebastian?
This creature sort of scampers out of the bush, and sort of rolls over onto its back. You see the legs of a goat with the upper torso of a man. Greasy black hair that's fallen out in clumps, and beneath the bangs are two horns protruding.
Satyr.
It's sort of
Satyr.
lying on its back, clutching a wooden stick, looking up at you.
A mangy cedar? Pfft. We have no time for such shenanigans.
You said the
Like,
title.
hey there, dude.
That song was so beautiful. It's been so many years. So many years.
Since when?
Well, hello there. What's your name?
Those of you that are seeing this creature can immediately tell that he looks quite unhinged. He's filthy and he kind of smells. His hair is mottled and falling out in clumps. What questions did you ask him? He doesn't really have coherent responses for the most part, but you can go ahead and try.
I asked him his name.
Name's forgotten my name. The words have slipped off of my tongue. And he whimpers occasionally. How close are you standing, Harry?
I got up to the bush, and once I saw him scamper away, I stopped pursuing.
Okay. So he moves to like climb up and over the tree trunk that he's currently leaning against. And
So is he like a miniature satyr or just a normal sized satyr? You said he was that
you've
tiny.
probably never seen a satyr before. He's about 5 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
Little goat legs and a diminutive human torso. But he's got sort of a slumped, hunched posture. So
All right. Well, I'll just sit on a
5 feet.
stump to look less intimidating. No.
If no one interrupts him, he scampers up and over this log and starts moving away quite briskly.
Okay, I'd like to present, if I can get his attention, to present some rations for him.
So would you like us to continue playing music?
All right. He pauses maybe 20 feet away and looks up from behind another stump. Yes.
Do you play music too? Do you want to we could play music together?
And he breaks out into tears and ducks behind the log.
Okay,
I don't know. Did something happen to your pipes?
He's about 20 feet away on the other side of the log.
Okay.
But you ask, did something happen to your pipes? And he lets out a loud wail and continues to whimper pathetically.
Well, maybe we should see if we can get some for you. I bet somebody can make some in East, West, Sausageville, Dead Endville, wherever.
St. Burgersville.
Who cares about the little goat man? Where is the sheep herder? In fact, where is this place? Where on the world are we? What is your name, goat man?
He's not in eyesight. Do you approach him or just shout at him over the log?
I just shout at him. I do not need to approach.
Yeah. Nothing but whimpers in response.
Perhaps we should shake him until he answers us.
Well, does somebody else have some wine? I gave mine away, but if somebody else has some wine, maybe he'd like that.
I go forward and I approach the log very carefully and I place out some rations on the log if I can, unless he scampers away.
What sort of food do you have?
Just
Like
hard
rations.
hardtacks and shit.
I have figs.
yeah.
I'll give you a couple of figs to leave there for him.
Okay, I'll take some figs as well.
Alright.
And I'll leave some. I guess it's
They're
nuts.
nature's
He
candy.
does approach and start nibbling on the figs and stops whimpering.
Do you want to come back with us through that thing to the good side of town? This is the bad. You should not be in the bad side of town. That's bad.
He looks up at you, and as soon as you make eye contact, he looks away and continues to nibble.
So they've got wine over there.
He appears uninterested and focused entirely on the figs. He's now sitting atop the stump, though. And
We know a bar where, I mean, they let in anybody. I mean, they let us in. We could go hang there, get you some wine.
you want to drag this mangy satyr back to the bar with the guy that actually asked for a bar, you just chuck into a portal.
This Satyr guy is much more interesting. I asked him again if he want to come with us, and maybe we can find someone who can fix his instrument.
You're not taken by surprise as he hisses at you and proceeds to leap at you with his little stick. And he misses. He's like step out of the way, but he's
Okay, I just like try to like call.
scampers away.
Okay.
You,
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing he's scared, or like he's like deranged or something. So I'm not gonna presume anything. Like just like, not gonna hurt you. Just calm down.
yeah. Does anyone in the party like take pursuit as he scrambles over some stumps and sort of runs off?
No, we're not going to
Oh,
chase them or be threatening. Or at least I'm not.
Nah, if he's gonna do that, whatever. Suppose.
He's disappeared from sight.
Guess he was beyond. Guess he was beyond helping. Perhaps.
So are there any other people out here hiding anywhere that maybe would prefer to talk or like a fig?
Will you follow his footsteps?
I mean, you saw where he went.
Oh, yeah, let's just follow him.
But this is bad part of town, I say. How far should we go in the bad part of town? I do not like this part. I like the good part of town.
What do you want to do if we go back to a good part of town?
Drink.
That sounds good.
Shenanigans.
We do not want to miss the fresh milk in the morning.
That's true. We do need to get Harry to the greatest cow in the world.
What is this cow's name? And do not tell me it is Betty or Betsy. I know that not to be true. Cows
think
named
it's-
Betty or Betsy produce the worst milk.
Was it Muarella?
I don't really remember the name of the cow. I just remember that there was a conspiracy of doppelgangers that were trying to kidnap the cow in order to get the best milk. I don't know if it was the best in the world, but it was in the region.
Is that what you did last week?
Typical humans, never knowing the names of those that bring them food.
Well, I don't think anybody introduced us to the cow by name.
Typical humans, not even asking the name of those that bring them their food or their milk. In my land, the milk bringer is a title of great respect and honor.
See, the thing is, I think the cow's name actually was Bessie, but I don't want to say that now after.
Maybe the cow's milk is so good it transcends all names. It is the cow.
Are you saying it is the holy cow?
I was looking at him.
I don't know. We could go find out.
There are stories about the holy cow in my land. The one cow that will produce the milk for all of us for all eternity.
I don't know that, but you could ask it.
All right.
Can you speak with cows?
How late are we going today?
I know we got a late start, so we can call it whenever you guys have to end it, pretty much, or whenever the story runs out.
Trying to gauge. There's always more story.
It's approaching.
Is this segment 3 or 4?
This is segment 3. We're near the end of it.
Okay.
Well, we started at like Pacific time, like 2:20 or 30 or something.
And what time is it now in Pacific?
It's about 5:37.
So probably another segment.
Yeah. Is this a good break point for you, Ren?
Sort of. Yeah. Why don't we resolve the ambush and then we can do that. So you guys are surprised as within a couple of seconds you're like leapt upon by a half dozen or so hobgoblins.
What?
I totally
What?
told them not to ambush us.
You totally told them not to ambush. Okay. I'm gonna need so. Let's see. You're surrounded almost immediately. Let's see. Most probably go for the Minotaur. Does a 16 hit? Your AC is like pretty high, right? 18 or something crazy.
My AC is 14 when I'm surprised.
16 versus Ali. Oh, 14 when you're surprised.
When I'm surprised.
You take 5 points of damage from an axe.
Thank God my
Alejandro,
wizard
does a
has
16 hit
11
you?
HP.
Alejandro, does a 16 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Jill, a 13.
Misses.
A 12 against Leo.
That
12
should,
against Leo.
Yeah. So then,
Yes.
what do I compare it against?
your
Alejandro, what was your AC?
armor class. It's on the lower right hand corner of your character sheet.
Alejandro, AC?
It's 16. It hits.
16 hits. Right.
15.
X. 6 points of damage, Alejandro.
I'm at -1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm first level. So
I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
I'm mostly first level.
So Alejandro goes down in the ambush.
Yep.
And I guess we'll pick up from break as these hobgoblins have surrounded you and
Oh shit.
caught you unawares.
See you guys on the other side of break. Bye bye.
Maybe.
Welcome back to Shenanigans, guys. We are mid ambush, and one of us is already down. Hopefully, someone has some. I don't think there's a healer in the party. Actually,
don't
Nope,
think
not
so.
at all. We're fucked. It's TPK
It's
coming up.
initiative turn.
how many hobgoblins were there?
There are 6.
Are we doing just group initiative?
Up to you guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Tim, you want to roll the group initiative? It should just be a D10.
All right. Wait, where did my?
yeah, there's no way I can stabilize without anyone helping, right? 2e.
No, you will continue to. You're at -1.
Yeah.
You'll continue to bleed for the next 9 minutes unless
Does anybody know how to help him? I don't actually have first aid or heal or anything.
It's
any of
fine.
you can attempt to aid him, but
You probably deal with the
are
hobgoblins
probably
first.
gonna have proficiencies. Initiative from someone?
I got it. Sorry, my tab disappeared.
Ooh.
Got a 10.
They go first.
And that's how we do.
You're no longer surprised. God, those are shit rolls. Nothing can hit Neil.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, lots of
But what's
fives,
your AC?
lots of 6s and 7s.
The naked Minotaur's armor class is 18.
So the Minotaur is completely
Same.
surrounded.
I know. I
But-
told he is the steer of utter bullshit, guys.
A 12 against the dwarf and a 3 against Jill. Dwarf was armored, correct? So I think the second round is pretty ineffective for the hobgoblins. And then party turn.
Okay, I will take my burning hands because I am specialized and all that stuff, and I just forgot to mention. I wasn't looking at it in the right area.
You never sent me which spell you memorized.
If you want, I can have a second wall of fog, but those are my 2 evocation spells. So one of them,
Oh, okay, yeah.
one of them has to be a, yeah. So I fan my fingers towards the the guys and mutter the arcane words while I pinch a bit of bat guano out of the case that holds my spell book.
Yeah, roll for damage. You can sweep 3 in your arc of flame.
3 damage.
Wow, Burning Hands is so underwhelming in this edition in comparison to others.
It scales with level.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
But spells in general are not. I mean, they get better. I mean, high level wizards are powerful, but
Yeah, absolutely.
levels, it's not like 5e where everything's balanced. One
Balanced.
dies. The other 2 let out shrieks of pain as their arms and faces are burned. Rest of the party. So there's still 3.
I will get
The Minotaur.
stabby, I guess.
I will
It's the
bleed
one
out. I will continue to bleed out.
Can I
All right,
get
so I'm gonna
hit
get
now? Will that help?
Double stabby with my swords.
Okay. Roll to hit. Both against the same target.
Yeah.
The 20 hits. The 20 is a critical. All right, you slay the one that was next to you, Jill.
Sweet.
Alrighty.
And what's your name? Not Joe. God damn it.
Leo.
Leo.
Yeah.
Same number of last 2 of the 3 letters are the same.
Ooh. Do I even keep rolling at this point?
What are you rolling for? But no, I don't think so. Are you attacking or?
That was your to hit. Then no, you're done.
Yeah, sorry, man.
You can roll initiative if you want. You can keep rolling.
I can do initiative again. Okay.
Oh,
Great. You guys get to go again.
Fantastic. I will take a few steps back and start throwing my darts. That might provoke an attack of opportunity, I think, as I back up a little bit.
What about goring him?
I get 3 dart attacks per round instead of
Yeah,
one
he's pretty
headbutt.
OP with the darts. If you back up, you're sort of backing into the cluster behind you.
So I'm just like, I'm wrapped in...
No. There's the 3 hobgoblins in front of you and 1 to your flank. But behind you is Alejandro, Jill, and 1 other hobgoblin.
Okay, fine then. I will gore.
Not Alejandro. Leo, Jill, and another
Okay,
hobgoblin.
then I will just gore. D20.
You can back up, but you will back like into the melee that's going on behind you.
That's fine. I just want to be able to actually throw my darts. I don't care where I go.
Okay, yeah. So you can withdraw from the ones in front of you and still make your 3 attacks.
Sure.
1 attack now, 2 at the end of the round.
Right. 9 is a miss.
Is a miss. Rest of the party?
I'm gonna repeat the whole sword thingy.
There is none next to you. There's 1 like a couple feet away, engaged with Leo.
All right, I'll attack the one on
And
Leo.
then 3 sort of a few feet to the other side that we're fighting with the Minotaur.
I'll attack the one by Leo here for now. Okay, and then my other attack will go at the end of the round.
Clings uselessly off of its armor.
All right, and so the second attack will happen at the end of the round. Then?
unless you can get back.
No, if you're dual wielding, you make them both now.
All right.
It's with missiles that they miss.
Oh, well.
Leo.
All right.
He couldn't get a back attack from that first attack, or is that I don't know.
He might have been able to if he had declared it before.
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
have no combat modifiers, Tim?
I have a +1 with my battle axe, +1 to hit, and then +1 to damage. So
Yeah. Okay. So 15 is a hit.
okay.
Roll 2d4 plus. Wait, is it high strength or do you have you don't have a specialization in battle axe?
I don't think so. I just have 2d4 and then 2 damage, +2 damage.
Yeah. If you're wait, plus 2 damage. You're
So
probably
it's
I think you're specialized in battle axe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
+1, +2, and you should also get a second attack this round.
Yeah, so if he's using it one-handed, his AC goes up by 2. because he's got the one-handed fighting style. If he's using his battle axe two-handed, the damage goes up by 1.
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
a two-handed strike.
I just did a one-handed strike.
Okay. Cool. 7 points of damage is enough to fell your hobgoblin,
Sick.
which is the one that Neil almost backed into.
That's
So 3 of them are down now.
Yes, 3 are down. The others are no longer closed in melee. The other 3, and they flee. Make a tactical retreat, I guess. But they move 120 yards away. Neil, do you have can you move and do your ranged attacks?
No, I do not have a missile weapon fighting style.
Okay. So you have you don't try to close with them, or I don't think you get your extra attacks at this point, I guess is what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, if I only took a pivot or 2 back, I don't know if you want to declare that as a half move. I'll accept whatever your judgment is.
I'm saying by the end of the round, they're out of dart range.
They're more
Unless
than
you-
40 yards away.
Yes,
That's
they,
fine
They
then.
don't attack. They move their full movement.
I howl at them and beat my chest.
Yeah. Around you are the bodies of 3 bleeding goblins and your bleeding friend Alejandro.
I need a
Can
milk.
somebody help Alejandro?
I need milk.
I don't really know how to help him. Somebody have any
I-
kind of healing?
Out of character, anyone can roll an intelligence check to stabilize his wounds.
I will try
Someone,
one.
why don't you do that and I'll shoot arrows at these dudes?
29. I stabilize him.
You are stabilized at -3.
3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
-3.
Are you taking pot shots at fleeing?
Yeah, so
Goblin.
I'll move and then shoot.
So are you actually moving at full? I mean, you can out. You don't have a range specialization, I don't think. So you can't. You can half move and shoot, but you can stay. You can take I think 2 rounds or so.
Can't you normally do your regular move and attack?
You can, and yes, you can move your regular move and make 1 attack, or half your move and make all of your attacks.
I'll do half and then make both attacks. Miss. Hit.
But the first one is a back attack, right? Axe or turn.
They are running away. I am a rogue, level 2.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Movement not. So they're actually not that much faster than you, even when you're. So how far away how much distance do you leave between the 2 of you?
Oh, jeez. What was that?
Yeah, 'cause I don't
I
know.
have no idea what that
Someone's got a buzzsaw going in the background.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. So how close do you want to get to the hobgoblins? They're not particularly fast.
was. Just close enough to stay in minimum range without any penalties.
Right. Oh wow, so that's a crit plus backstab. Yeah, you do a fuck ton of damage.
All right.
Roll
Metric.
I don't think it matters. Yeah, I think that's going to be what is the multiply? You're level 1 thief or level 2 thief?
Our level 2 rogue. Yeah.
I think it's something like 4d6 or 4 times damage or something stupid. He's dead. He's dead. It doesn't matter.
All right.
You just arrow through the head.
Arrowed.
You have failed this.
And the other turn, and I mean, we're gonna have to roll initiative again because you take out. Were those 2 shots or just 1 shot?
That was 2 shots.
Yeah, roll initiative. Six. All right, the hobgoblin's turn and charge Rob. Charge Jill. So you were minimum. I think short range is like a.
It's a short bow. What is short range in a short bow? I don't
Tell
actually.
me, but I think it's close enough that they can charge at you and hit you with a 16 hits, I assume.
16 does.
Let me double check your range, but I think if you're within short range, they are within charging range. So
It's not 80 though.
the rest of the party can react. This is within a round's worth of movement away.
Yeah, I do react by just doing nothing. reaction.
Short
Uh,
bow.
I am okay with
Only
them
10
fleeing if they
yards.
want to flee. I do not
10
pursue.
squares.
They're attacking Robert.
I think it's 50, 100, 150 feet.
Okay, so we were at 50.
No, it's got to be more than that. Fucking combat tactics says. In any case, I think they can charge
Yeah, seems like
for
it.
6 points of damage. There's
Ah! That's most
so
of it.
rest of the party. Jill tried to pursue. You've now stabilized Alejandro. Jill tried to pursue, and the hobgoblins pursued back, and it is now your turn.
All right, I will. How far is Jill from the party?
Like one round, like 90 yards, I think.
Well, now that the hobgoblins did their thing, I get to do my thing
Yeah.
in that round.
Your turn.
All right, I'm gonna withdraw back to the party.
And I didn't take my
You can withdraw most of the way.
turn that round, so I'm going to charge as she withdraws.
Actually, my half action
Oh,
or my
cute.
half speed, I think, is even better than their full speed.
Not
Probably.
quite, but it's close.
Isn't their move like 6 in their armor or something?
No, their move is 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I
You
charge.
can make a bow shot if you want, Rob. And Neil can charge.
Yeah, plus 2 for
Leo
charging, 1 for
is-
strength. D20 plus 3. 22.
Yeah.
How far can you move when you charge? Like,
And my bow shot is horrible.
You can move 50% farther than your normal move rate and make an attack at the end.
and Minotaurs have what? How much movement?
12.
Arr, that's a
So
lot.
roll your damage. Double
That's
damage.
crit though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, double damage. So 46 plus
23 damage
Yeah,
as
you,
I
like-
rip him to shreds with my horns.
Yeah.
That's some Barcelona level stuff. going on there.
Initiative for the next round. I think
I'll roll it since I'm up in the melee.
Isn't there
I'm
just
wondering-
only one of them left?
there
I mean, the
are-
hobgoblin.
There's one of them left. There's one of them in front of.
Yeah.
After what just happened to his buddy,
I mean, they were trying to run. You were chasing them down.
and then he ran back, and then
5. So you go first,
then
Terry.
the giant minotaur came and just like tore his buddy into 2
I mean,
pieces.
he just went Yak the Ripper on him, like, completely. He was like, just,
I think he might want to surrender.
He's frozen in terror, looking up at the Minotaur towering over him, who will hopefully end it and just make another attack.
Yeah, on my turn I will.
Yeah,
I
it's your
rolled
turn.
a... Okay. RD20 plus 1. My horns miss.
No. Jill, you got anything?
Well, I already took my arrow shot and missed.
That was last round. This is in the next
Doesn't
round.
it? All right. Well, then I can just stay here and take 2 shots, right?
Yes.
moving.
No, one shot now, one at the end of the round.
All right.
ooh,
Ugh.
No.
critical
You're-
fumble.
Yeah. Yes. I don't care about. Yeah, your arrow breaks. Doesn't matter, but-
It's like,
Man.
And the hobgoblin tries to flee, withdraws, and then turns and runs. Do you pursue, Neil?
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You don't get it now. He withdraws a few feet and then turns to run.
Okay.
You can, if you
I-
want to
I will-
stay on it.
I
You
will
can-
just charge my next round on him.
If you stay with him, you can get an attack of opportunity then. Like if you don't let him withdraw, he eventually turns and runs.
Do I get an attack of opportunity with my natural horn attack?
Oh
Is that-
no, you don't. Never mind. He turns and runs, but you're faster than him. You run him down.
Okay.
We don't need to roll it out. He's dead.
I roll a natural 1 on my attack.
Maybe we do. Roll save. You just you shouldn't have risked it, Neil. You should have just accepted.
I should have,
It's a
but
fail.
that's not the way I roll.
You
That's
fall
a
in the
fail.
dirt, and the
Yeah.
hobgoblin gets away unless Jill can shoot him down in the next couple of shots. Or wants to try pursuing again.
I'm gonna try to shoot. Ah! How many shots can I get? 2 in a round.
4. You can. Okay. 19 is a hit. Measly 1 point of damage. The arrow glances off of his armor, barely leaving a scratch. You can continue to pursue as before and like try and shoot him down as he runs. The Minotaur gets up out of the dirt the next round. You like try and chase down this goblin that's now like 90 yards off in the.
I'll try to shoot from here. So is that at a -2? I don't want to get closer because I don't want to get. And one more goblin or hobgoblin attack could kill me. I'll just. So it's a -2. Normally I'm at +3. So d20 +1. 19.
Is a hit. You can roll double. It's a crit if you're doing it from the back.
Oh, okay. Well, was 6 enough anyway?
All right. So the 6 was not enough, but if it's critical and you get another die, that's enough. So he goes down.
Yeah. Alrighty.
And all of the hobgoblins are dead.
And
At
Chucky
least
just
all
got
of
home.
them. And I think we're just wrapping up.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just wrapping up.
You see Riley stepping out from the portal, like, hello.
I had nothing to do with those fires. That was all the hobgoblins, right?
This
Did
was
I
the
miss
emergency I dealt with, the fires.
All right. So battle is over.
Mm-hmm.
Blood has been shed. Poor Alejandro didn't even get to make an attack.
Well, this is like just the dimension of just suck. I don't like this dimension.
The demi-plane of hobgoblins.
Let's get out of here. Let us go back to where they have the wonderful milk. I have been
Yeah.
saying that for hours now.
This is a shitty dimension. They can keep their dimension.
So you make your way back to your trail of arrows. That leads
Mhm.
back a couple hundred yards to the portal.
I'm presuming someone picks me up, right?
Yeah, someone takes Alejandro.
Yeah,
I like-
Yes.
Okay, kind of like, guys.
I think Carrie's gonna have to carry Alejandro.
Yeah, I'll carry him.
Fondle that ass.
I will not fondle that ass.
All right. All right. So you pick up Alejandro, take him back through the portal. You're a little shocked to see bright sunlight streaming in your eyes as you come back through in the crater in the rolling hills of just west of Dead End Sausageville, East Westerton. You emerge from the portal. You still see smoke on the horizon, but make your way back to Shenanigans unmolested.
Actually, I'm
just-
gonna take Carrie to the farm where you remember the doppelgangers were trying to kidnap the cow that the farmers wouldn't sell. The farmers wouldn't sell it to us either, but the cow had like the best milk in the whole region.
Wait, you guys
Remember
actually
that cow?
Roll an intelligence check.
you guys
See.
did indeed fight doppelgangers twice. I completely forgot the first set of doppelgangers.
And the
Yeah,
first
the
set, it was
doppelgangers are after the milk. That's why they're in the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after the best milk.
Yeah, roll intelligence check to see if you can find this farmhouse. Although I think we may want to save this for another time.
Oh, I find the farmhouse.
Do we really want to get into Bessie's milk at this point in time?
I mean, I just want to try some, sample some, find the cow, and I will spend the day worshiping the cow. Maybe not the full day, but a little bit at
Yeah.
a time. I'll go get some ale and like rub it into the cow, and
Is all
chicken's
good
hooves.
at Bessie's farm, Neil? The doppelgangers haven't kidnapped her or anything?
You are the DM for the time being, so you decide. You have the power.
Yeah, you get to the farm and you don't see Bessie in the field.
Where is the holy cow?
I'll go to the farmhouse and knock on the door.
Yeah, you knock on the farmhouse where you had the fight with the doppelgangers. And no one answers.
We'll check out the farmhouse. Does everything seem all right here?
It's all locked up. You don't see any signs of forced entry. It wasn't really on the side of town that burned when the hobgoblins raided. Or at least it's not in the burn path.
I'll check their barn.
The barn is currently empty. There's no horses, no cow. I don't think you'd put cows in a barn, but the farmhouse appears to have been abandoned.
All right, I'll try to go in through a window or something, get inside the house, check things out.
Okay. Sure. You're eventually able to thief your way into the house and inspect. It appears to have been abandoned. Like you don't see there's no fresh food in the kitchen or anything, and you can't find the boys.
I looked down in the basement. That was where the hobgoblins were, or the doppelgangers were up to their bad stuff before. Any bodies in the basement?
If you, I don't know, you don't find any bodies in the basement. Did we leave any? No, there's no bodies in the basement.
Well, that was where the doppelgangers had tied up the farm folk before.
Yeah, no, there's no farm folk tied up. It appears like they left. They locked the doors behind them and apparently took the animals with them. It doesn't look like there's any sign of a struggle. I mean, you can. I don't know that it's worth like role playing, looting the rooms of the house. It's a pretty ordinary farm house.
No, I was just trying to find
there's no
cow.
There's no people. There's no cow.
I head back to Shenanigans then, and I'm going to ask Harry if milk was delivered this morning.
Yeah. As soon as you walk in, Hank, who
yes.
notices standing behind the counter.
Hank, tell me, was the milk delivered?
You just missed it. A fresh pint, and he hands it to you.
Where is the cow?
It wasn't. It was delivered by a man.
Where is the man?
He greets you with a dopey smile. You just missed him.
Show me to him.
He gives a shrug. And
I swipe the bottle from his hand, down it in one glug, and walk out of the bar.
Same milk as yesterday.
I walk out of the bar and do not return.
Yeah, I think this seems like a good spot to end for the week.
Sounds fantastic. Well then.
And once again, we made like absolutely no money.
Literally, yeah. We didn't even loot a single hobgoblin corpse, did we?
Did not loot a single hobgoblin corpse.
No.
But there's still probably some, literally. I mean, there's two.
And I lost the wineskin.
Right?
I buy another wineskin and wine.
How about the hobgoblins who are like in the tree? What about those?
The hobgoblins in the tree. Oh, what do you guys do with the hobgoblins in the tree?
Oh, I forgot about them.
Yeah, let's deliver them to the town guards. We'll check their pockets so we can get the handful of coins to pay for our beer this week.
Yeah, a lot of wait, what did you turn them over to the town guard?
Yeah, well, I'll loot them first and then turn them over to the town guard.
Yeah.
Didn't they wear like pretty nice armor, like their armor or something? Like,
it's not nice. It's like it's mostly chainmail pieced together with bits of hide.
That's actually worth more than our beer, so they're probably more than the coins.
It's not nice chainmail. You aren't gonna be able to sell it as chainmail, but if you're like piecing together armor and you don't mind smelling like a hobgoblin, each of the hobgoblins have.
I mean, it buys you a cucumber at least, right, Rob?
Mm-hmm. Got to stay in cucumbers.
Yeah.
24. So we've got 9 copper on one hobgoblin, plus 17 copper on the other.
That's like hardly worth a few letters.
So 9 copper and 3 gold, and 17 copper and 6 gold.
So you're writing that down, Rob?
I was just going to divide that up and take my share, but now it sounds like I actually have to do math and you write something down here.
Just take it all for yourself.
You're the only one taking it.
Yeah.
Those are on the living hobgoblins who you turn over to the guard.
So it was like 3 gold and 9 gold?
9 gold total.
9 gold total. All right. Okay, let's everybody get 2 gold pieces, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll pay for drinks.
You stuffed the 2 gold pieces in my pockets. I just wake up next morning.
And not a lot was really accomplished.
No.
Yeah, I didn't really get a whole lot done. We did deal with a lot of hobgoblins.
A lot of hobgoblins.
Only 11 by my count.
Yeah. A lot of confusion as to what their motivations were, what the plans were, but
yeah,
fair enough.
Hobgoblin
Hobgoblin seed.
I mean, you got 2 prisoners. I mean, they're probably at the guard's house. So, like, you can just go there and milk them whenever you want, right? I think
That's true.
Hobgoblin Seed is like free for all.
God, we're not
It's-
going down this road.
It's,
Okay,
it's
experience.
like water, It's a necessity.
All right. Hobgoblins give 96 experience after being divided by 4. Investigating the portal, I'll give each of you an additional 100. Actually, we can say 300. Going to another plane of existence. Quite an experience. You didn't really get anything out of your encounters with this mangy satyr or the barefoot man.
What happened to the barefoot man?
You never. You chucked him into the portal and then never found him.
Well, I
see,
know,
I'm
that's what I'm
thinking
asking.
when we came back, though, it was like much later than the length of time we spent in there. So he probably came out.
It seemed like that. You came back and the sun was up.
Yeah.
You felt like you were only on the other side for like an hour at the most, but the whole night passed.
So 397 for each of us?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I don't think there's anything else.
Cool.
Slowly working my way towards.
No one's ever going to want to play with Hobgoblin again. No experience, no magic items.
Well,
I'm just 300 away from level 2.
And 10% bonus if you have your prime requisites.
Oh, you're right.
so are we? I think we'll just do Dicing with Death again next Sunday. I will not be traveling next Sunday. At least not at this time. I'll be traveling in the AM. So there shouldn't be any more strange travel last minute changes or anything like that.
Yeah,
which I apologize
do
for.
It live. I think I will actually be away next weekend, but I'm down to DM whenever.
Well, Rob, if you are interested in DMing next weekend, it's all you.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Cool.
Yeah, and next time I'm back, we can follow, or maybe Rob can figure out where a quest revolving around the missing Bessie.
Who knows?
Oh, I already I was already working on a plan for you guys. Although I suppose it could involve Bessie.
Bessie could be the reward.
We can pick up Bessie when Neil's back or when I'm back.
Whatever.
As long as the milk flows, I don't know the PCs.
So Neil, you're not going to be around next time?
I will be here next time.
Okay, so I'll run and you'll be Harry, and so we can pick up the Bessie storyline.
Yeah, totally. Harry will come back. He's just cranky that Bessie's gone.
All right.
All right. That's it, everybody. Thank you for playing. Does anyone have any last words about anything?
Last words?
Last words? Any things to say? Any projects you're working on that you want people to know about? Any StarCraft 2 related?
I thought you were going to kill us or something.
Yeah.
No.
Got any last words for the last show for the rest of your life?
Okay. I think
Thanks for watching.
That's it.
YouTube is the best tube.
YouTube best tube. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.
Down with Twitch.
Bye-bye.
Bye.